you want. Give me all of your love, 'cause it's burning hot. It's what you do to me, babe, I can guarantee. Honey, I got what you need. Under the night sky, I want your eyes all on me. Don't tell me lies now, I always get mine. Don't play with me. Do you want it? Can't
Catch us every weekday morning, Monday to Friday between 7 and 10.
Right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network.
Always bringing you the best content possible.
Vooka Nati, wake up with us and kickstart your day on a great note.
This is your energetic start to the day.
Well, yeah, I sort of lost memory. Yes.
Wow!
Well, yeah, I sort of lost memory. Yes.
Wow!
Good morning, South Africa. Welcome to yet another amazing Tuesday. Khona la kuvuka breakfast show. Bathi choose masikhethela khetha umthanda. Sibona ukuthi wena ukhetha bani kulo Tuesday wanamhlanje. Now I hope you guys are feeling fantastic, and I hope you also enjoyed the long weekend and the Freedom Day celebrations that were happening, because I know that I surely did enjoy myself on Sunday with the concert at Athandiswa Mazwai. But apparently it looks like we have another long weekend coming along. But as you all know, I go by the name of Berry, also known as Miss Berry Plays. But see, the darker the berry, the sweeter the dun dun. And of course, I am not traveling alone. I am here with Mr. Max for maximum temperature. How you doing, my brother?
Oh yes. Interesting and epic mornings is what we bring you right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. My name is Moketi Meman, and it is a beautiful Tuesday, and I am happy to be here back again with you, just to share much more in terms of improving your bucket list, man. Because we know that South Africa has so much to offer, so many places that we have never visited before. Before we go in, man, I just want to ask Afripiri, how is she doing on this beautiful Tuesday morning, as we're going to be diving deep into what South Africa offers in terms of the adventures. How are you, man?
No, I'm doing okay. I'm doing fantastic. I'm actually just waiting to start off the day and see what we actually have. So, what's the picture of the day today?
Yeah, so let's get straight into it. Our picture of the day today is Clarence. Clarence is a charming village in the Eastern Free State surrounded by majestic mountains and scenic landscape. It is a haven for nature lovers, adventure seekers, and history buffs who can enjoy a variety of activities and attraction in around the town. Whether you want to raft on the Ash River, hike in the Golden Gate National Park, soar in a hot air balloon, or learn about the dinosaurs and President Paul Kruger, Clarence has something for everyone. It is also a popular destination for art and culture with many galleries, shops, and festivals to explore. Obviously, the famous question is, Afriberry, have you ever been to Clarence?
No, I've never been to Clarence, but I heard it's like stepping into a postcard. Those mountains and that fresh air is really amazing.
Yeah, totally. Whether you are rafting, hiking, or even just wandering through the art galleries, there's always something to do, man.
Yes, man. And don't forget the history, dinosaur fossils, old stories about Paul Kruger. It's really fascinating.
Ah, man, seriously, that's the question one would ask the first time when they hear about the place. If you need a gateway packed with nature, adventure, and little culture, Clarence is a calling.
Absolutely. Pack your bags. Pack your bags. Clarence is waiting for you.
Yeah, definitely. Speaking of waiting for you, all you need to do when you want to know much about Clarence, go to Google and just type in Clarence. You'll get all of the information and the details that you need to know. We know that here we are encouraging travelers to travel the country as it has so much to offer. The scenic and beautiful views that we have never touched. But yeah, that is where we're going to end. Just let us know what you think. If you've ever been to Clarence, share with us and connect with us on our social media platforms. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and also TikTok. Do make sure to leave down your comment and let us know what you think, man. If you want to send your voice note to the show right now, the number to do that is 0604933226. 0604933226. Without wasting any time, Afri, what do we have for today's Tuesday morning, man?
As you all know, we also have our daily status, or basically our daily bread, which is today in history, word of the day, and then the celebrity birthdays, not also forgetting how many days we actually are into the calendar, including the weeks. And we also do have two amazing guests today who will be bringing you some insights on amazing and wonderful things that you're still yet to know more about. We have a person for personal finance, and then we also have an interview again for health and fitness. So please, guys, stay there. Don't move, because we're coming back right now, obviously with the news, sports headlines, traffic update, and not forgetting your weather.
Hey family.
Hi,
My name is Tisiga Mazibugo Shabalala.
My name is Moketi Maimane.
My name is Musi Mist
my name is Ketua Ketumguni.
on the Vooka
Vooka Breakfast Show.
Every weekdays from 7 a.m.
to 10 a.m.
This is where we are going to have our topical discussion featuring various experts from different fields.
We're going to take care of you and it's going to be amazing, man. Right now I'm on the set of the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blink-On Network.
Do not forget to subscribe.
That's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms.
Vooka.
See you there.
My name is Musi Mist.
My name is Moketi Maimane.
Catch us every weekday morning, Monday to Friday, between 7 and 10.
Right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blink-On Network.
Always bringing you the best content possible.
Vooka Nati, wake up with us and kickstart your day on a great note.
This is your energetic start to the day.
Right, morning. Starting off with the first one, expert says Treasury should have avoided the VAT crisis. The VAT conundrum is a self-created crisis that Treasury should have avoided. According to Ben Cronin, who specializes in tax and commercial law at the University of Cape Town, Treasury wanted to increase VAT by 0.5 percentage points, but the Western Cape High Court has suspended the proposed VAT hike. The VAT rate was scheduled to rise to 15.5% on the 1st of May, but now remains at 15%. The proposed 0.5 percentage point has seen political parties putting pressure on Finance Minister Enoch Godongwana to reverse the decision, with DA and the EFF challenging the proposed VAT increase. The next headline, SAPS offers a 350,000 reward for information on missing officers. The SAPS is offering 350,000 rand reward to anyone who has information on the whereabouts of 3 missing police officers. Constable Linda Qebekulu Kiamokhetsu and Boipelo Senoge disappeared while traveling to Limpopo on the N1 this weekend. The vehicle was last seen near the Grasmere toll plaza. Since then, their phones and tracking devices have been offline. National Police Commissioner Fani Masemola issued the reward shortly after meeting with the families on Sunday. On the next headline, Tokai fires force evacuation. Firefighters in Cape Town are battling multiple blazes on the slopes of Table Mountain. Fires along the lower and upper Tokai have now forced evacuation of households in the North. As precaution, aerial support has also been deployed to help ground teams from SANParks and volunteer wildfire services. That's all for your headlines. Now heading over to your sports news, starting with the cricket news. Proteas women's head coach Mandla Mashimbi praises stalwart Ayabonga Kaka. Proteas bowler Ayabonga Kaka, a 32-year-old veteran with 131 vital mentoring role as young players join the national team. Celebrated for her achievements including career best figures of 5 to 26 Kaka values family, friends, and community support, emphasizing the importance of goals as the Proteas prepare to face India and Sri Lanka. Kaka reflects on her impactful career, focusing on enjoying each moment while inspiring others through her dedication and achievements on off the field. Now heading over to your football news, Bucks return to league action against Babina Noko. Orlando Pirates aims to recover from their CAF Champions League disappointment as they face Orlando Stadium. Pirates are second in the Betway Premiership, standing with 2 games in hand over league leaders Mamelodi Sundowns, and they are unbeaten in 4-game matches. Third in the standings, 6 CAF finish following their 1-1 draw with the TS Galaxy. Players to watch include Pirates Mohankota in good form and Sikukune Chibukwe Ohizu. Golden Arrows coach Mangoba Mniti praised the Pirates' CAF progress, highlighting improvements in South African football. On another headline, Liverpool fans can finally celebrate league title with parade. Liverpool will hold a victory parade on May 26th to celebrate their 20th top flight title secured with a 5-1 win over Tottenham Hotspur. This marks their first public title celebration since 2020, which was cancelled due to COVID-19. The 15-kilometer parade begins at 2:30 local time and highlights the city's pride and community spirit. Leader of Liverpool City Council Liam Robinson emphasized the extensive planning involved. With a 15-point lead over Arsenal and 4 games remaining, Ancelot's side achieved the title in a celebratory atmosphere at Anfield, showcasing their dominance this season. That's all for now. Stay tuned for more sports and news updates throughout the show. Don't forget to share your thoughts on these headlines with us on social media using hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show and send us your voice note on 0604933226. Now, let's get you safe on those roads with your latest traffic. Starting off with your first traffic, there's a heavy congestion on Olivedale on the N1 northbound after the ramp from Malibongwe Driver R512. A stationary vehicle has been reported on the N12 westbound before Clip River Drive near the ramp from Komaro Street M11. An emergency lane is closed. A stationary vehicle has been reported on the N1 southbound just after the Buklech interchange ramp from the N1 south. One of 4 lanes is currently closed. A crash has been reported on the N12 westbound near the ramp from Bootfontein Road. One of 3 lanes is closed. A crash has occurred on the R21 southbound near the ramp from Nelmapias Drive M31. 2 out of 4 lanes are currently closed. Please drive with caution and be prepared for possible delays. That's all for traffic. If you happen to be on the road, do make sure to share your traffic update using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show and send your voice note on 0604933226. 0604933226. Now, let's get ready with your jam-packed Tuesday morning show.
Vooka Breakfast Show.
We're out here in the heart of Soweto, Top Sandton. This is right next to Zondi Hills and just before you get to Broad Fisher Club. I'm out here, my name is Musi West. I'm out here with the one and only maximum temperature. I'm working with my TC Shabalala Wakamazibugo, and of course our station manager, the one and only Manele Lyric. And we're traveling out here, man. This is what we do on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah, you gotta get it fresh.
We are fresh and nice. Now it's time to take the information to the people.
Of course, like Mo just mentioned, do stay tuned, comment, like, subscribe, share your thoughts and your opinions and everything else in between. We're going to be coming to a street to do live near you, wanting to know what your thoughts are out there on the street.
Of course, we've got TCO Wamazibugo with the traffic update. Right now, we are going to N1 southbound to make sure that wherever that you guys get, it is real-time information.
Yes, sir.
So looking at Mukhorosi, we have robots that are not working right here, but the traffic is moving. We're going to look at when is your rush hour time, when people are from the work, or from school,
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes,
Gonna
sir.
give you your daily update. So do make sure that you stay with us. Mobile Vooka Breakfast
Yes,
Show.
sir.
Asante ya three.
It is, of course, a Tuesday morning. Do I go? It is, of course, a Tuesday morning, and it is the 29th of April on this Tuesday morning, where you and I are meeting once again. I hope and I trust that you are good and you're having an amazing morning. I have missed you so much. Look, we're meeting, and this is where you and I are going to try to have all-encompassing, compelling, and of course, thought-provoking conversations that are aimed at both you and I gaining so much information and knowledge. To what really promises to be your favorite rendezvous, or what should be by now your absolute favorite rendezvous, right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. And of course, you know that you'll always be hanging out with me, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. My name is Musi Mist, and I so could not be happier to be both in your company and in your presence. And you know that you and I can share our thoughts and our opinions and everything else in between on all our social media platforms using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. So that's Vooka Breakfast Show on Facebook and all other social media platforms. Comment, like, subscribe, and do the things that are necessary to be done so that both you and I can, like I just said, share our thoughts, our opinions, and everything else in between. But you know that the interaction needs not end there. We can also engage each other on WhatsApp by using the line 060-493-3226. So that's 060-493-3226. Comment, like, subscribe, and do the things that are necessary to be done. Let's you and I, and of course the rest of the team, have a great Tuesday morning. It's our 50th episode. I'm so happy and I'm so excited to be in your presence and in your company, and I'm looking forward to having an amazing and great show. But you know that I'm not alone, and I'll never ever be alone. I am with the best of the best, the one and only Max for Maximum Temperature, and of course Barry Blaze. Morning, guys. How's it going?
Yeah, man. Man, all is well. All I can tell you is it is a very beautiful Tuesday morning, man. And speaking of a very beautiful Tuesday morning, we are on our last 2 days, I think, to the end of the month.
Okay.
You know, yeah. So this is our last 2 days till we say goodbye to April, and it's been a good month, of course, man. You know, celebrated Easter, Rand Easter. You know, like there were a lot of things, a lot of memories to share with people and also with family and friends, man. It does not only end here with, you know, the Vooka nation and the Vooka family, but all I can say, man, is I had a very beautiful April month. Right? Starting off from April Fool. I don't know who celebrated that and what it means, you know, fooling each other on April, but I tell you not, man, I was not fooled with the memories that I had, and I'm still going to share those memories. But yeah, I am good, man. Thank you so much for asking, because yeah, it is very good to ask that question. Why I'm saying so, it's because a lot of people, man, when you ask them the question, they get so emotional into, hey, should I tell him vele what I'm going through or what's happening? But yeah, man, I'm happy to be here, and of course, man, when somebody's watching, please do make sure to tune in and don't go anywhere, because you know what, this Tuesday always promises to become one of the best Tuesdays we've ever had.
Nice. Well, I love all the things that you said.
Yeah.
I don't know about the April Fool's one, but I mean, look, man, each to their own. Mr. Barry Blaze, talk to me. How's it going? I mean, you mentioned the Thandiso Mazwai concert, you know, when you started. What's been happening? How are you feeling? How are you doing?
Wow, I'm feeling fantastically. And I like to say thank God I didn't faint.
What, when you met Thandiso?
Yeah, because she's been my idol for like the longest time ever. And then to actually think that her time in the music industry is as old as me.
Yeah.
I'm so proud. We should start in my main sister.
Hey, bro.
Okay, I see you.
Like, I literally grew up on Thandi, and meeting her was one of the most exciting and wonderful experiences ever. And she is so down to earth.
Yeah.
I went in the first time there. I saw her, then I turned back. And then like a year came, I'm like, no, I'm just trying not to faint.
Okay, you are trying to compose
I'm
yourself.
Trying not to faint. I'm like, don't be a groupie, do not faint. You're still a professional. Behave.
Yes.
Behave. Then I went to go festival so we could take a picture. And I took a picture with her.
I saw that. We posted that on our
Facebook.
On our Facebook. Yeah, I saw that picture. Very cool, man. Look at you.
Man.
Look at you. Baby Blaze doing the things, man. Doing the things. More talk to me. Freedom Day was on Sunday. Of course, we were at Tandiswa Mazwai on 250 on Cedar.
250
I
on
never
Cedar.
250.
Man, as long as I was there, man, that's the most important thing, you know. But, with so much that you've shared with people, of course, on social media, I hope they saw the interactions, man, especially the ones that you had with people there, man.
Yeah.
I mean, people had so much to share.
Absolutely.
And others, they were there for some reasons. It's Freedom Day, man. We are here to express ourselves. We are unemployed as the youth.
Yeah.
But
I remember that.
Here to hear, man. Here to hear, and you're enjoying yourself. The significance of what Freedom Day is doing to our generation right now, man. It's so impactful, and I'm happy to see that, concerts like these, they're able to spread the message out, man. Because when you're speaking with the likes of Thandiswa Mazwai, man, you're speaking of legendary people who spread, the message through music, and not only music, but soulful music. And Freedom Day also, signifies, the end of the apartheid era. With the first, non-racial elections in 1994. So it's very important that people should gather up. We no longer gather up to stand in the long queues now, going to vote and fighting, for freedom. But now we are in long queues to go and enjoy performances like with Thandiswa Mazwai.
I love
so
that.
It was a beautiful moment. It was a beautiful concert to experience,
yes,
man,
sir.
live.
Yes, sir.
When someone you tell them or a video, you're going to see them live.
Yes.
It's different when you see them on YouTube performing, but when you are there, the experience, what people say, man, when she walked around, around people, you could see their faces, man, with so much joy and excitement to say, you know what, man, I've been waiting for this. And at the beginning, man, not when she was there, but at the beginning of the event itself, man.
Prior to her arriving there. Yeah. No, the vibe was amazing, man. It was too crazy. It was way too crazy. And I don't know, I was at a loss for words. There was a moment where I was standing there alone. I'm sure Afriperi and
That's how he was holding himself.
and man, I'm sure Afriperi and TC remember. There was a moment where, for quite some time actually, I stood there alone. I wasn't dancing, but I was quite close to the stage, and I was just standing there, and I was just contemplating to myself, I don't think any of us understand what's happening here. We were witnessing magic, my guy. We were witnessing, dude. And to think that she was actually performing Saturday night at the Cape Town Jazz Festival, right? At the annual thing that happens there. And then to have her the following night come and destroy at 250 on Cedar, it was just something else. But like Mo said, we've already uploaded some of the interactions and what we got to experience this past Sunday night. And I'm sure you can go on our Facebook or across all our social media platforms and try to check those out for yourselves. But if things go our way, we will share some of those moments with you today live as we are interacting right now, and try to share and show you what happened out there. But of course, that we're always hanging with some great people each morning, and the family is coming through, and Tembi coming through saying a very good morning team. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, hashtag Sivugile, hashtag Choose Maz Kete. Oh my Kete, I love that. And then Timingly saying, Asivuge mavuga amahle. Let's go. I love that. Timingly coming through saying, good morning, Mo and Afriberry. And she says, the sound is not clear, guys. I'm sure she was referring to when you guys were doing the picture of the day. And then She says, good morning, Musi. Good morning. Morning. Nelly Iswa coming through saying, good morning at Vooka Breakfast Show. Sivugile, happy Tuesday, guys. Today I choose my family. I appreciate how we are there for one another with no questions asked. I love my family. I choose mine. Choose yours. I love it.
Yeah,
I love
man,
it.
it's
I
beautiful.
always find it fascinating as to who people choose and who choose them. You know, it's very fascinating. And then, of course, Ace Wang, we had them a couple of weeks ago on Fashion Fridays, coming through saying, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show, congratulations to your 50th episode.
We need the grannies here, man. We need the Dobsonville grannies to come and get.
Or to come and say,
And maybe we can work on, taking that sound because they were here on studio, right? You go back to the
record it
video
and use it as
use
a
it,
sound
man.
bite for ourselves.
Man,
Nice one, Mo. Yeah, man. So, we hope that you're going to be hanging out with us throughout the entirety of the morning and having a great time, of course, sharing our thoughts, our opinions, and having a great energy exchange. Talk to me, guys. Is there anything that you guys are looking forward to? Everybody, I don't know.
Well, on my side, sorry, because I wanted to raise this, and it's all apologies, to the episode that people couldn't get.
Oh, yesterday.
Yes. And it speaks with the things that we touched on, which is Freedom Day. I think the conversation right now, because we are, heading towards the end of April, we are closing the April chapter, and it is very important to hear from you guys. What does Freedom Day mean to you? I think it's a conversation that we need to have, as the show keeps on going. While you're still gathering your thoughts, while you're still, thinking about what you say, the question still stands. What does Freedom Day mean to you? And the burning question is, are we free? The episode that we lost, I spoke so much about what does it mean, to be free, especially as a young person and here in South Africa. So I'm just happy to hear your thoughts, guys, while you're watching right there. All you can do is to send your voice note or send, your comment on the comment section using the hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. And if you want to send your voice note, 0604933226. It's 0604933226. We want to hear, guys. What are your thoughts on Freedom Day, and what does it signify for you in general?
When you say that, speaking on Tandisa's concert, I liked when she sang again Ichigichela, and she's like, when Umam Letambuli did the song, and then she did the her version of the song was 2016, basically around the Fees Must Fall, and I also like the fact that she still sang the song again this year, because we are still facing so many things that still haven't changed. There's so much injustice that is happening out there. And I also like the fact that she even opened the fact that we're so cold supposedly celebrating our freedom, which is something that we are not receiving at this moment. We have so many cases that are still unsolved. We have so much gender-based violence, so much sexual harassment cases that have been laid, and kids now, unfortunately, are experiencing all of that. Are we actually, because if we were really free, then the perpetrators would have been long gone arrested, long gone been serving their sentences right now. So that song will forever ring in our minds, in our hearts. As much as we say we are free, there's so much things that we still need to fight for in order for us to truly be free.
Look, man, I also love that actually, Afripeda. I'll tell you, when she said, the song was relevant back then, right? And she redid it in 2015 during the Fees Must Fall movement. One thing that stood out for me with that song is there's a sound bite that she used from one of the activists at the time. Busisi, I forget her surname. I went to school with Busi, both primary and high school. I think she was 2 grades, if not 3 grades ahead of me. But she, even back then in school, she was someone who was, Nelly Mbogoto, and in the song, the soundbite is, I forget what kana aring our kids and what and you know she's speaking, she's referring to generations and generations that we can't be going through the same things. I mean, imagine back in 2015 already the song was relevant. To this day, when you sing Jigijela ngamaje so bashaya ngamaje, I mean, it's not a literal thing now. It was back then when the song was composed and written, right? But it's not anymore. And but it's still a relevant thing that we're still facing in our country. And you know, we need to get to a point where such songs are no longer relevant. True. But we're going to have to fight. You know, for the futures that we are looking for, and to fight to retain the freedom that we are having, I guess. So we have the so-called freedom that we
have freedom, guys. It's just right in the palm of our hands.
Okay.
I gotta tell you, man, because one thing about, you know, the idea of being free, it's trapped inside your mind. Because I think, you know, there was a quote that I came across, and it's from Steve Biko, man.
Okay.
You know, that a lot of people, they associate wealth or success with happiness. It means when you're successful, which is the wrong thing. It's true. There are so many people who are being failed by the justice system. Just because I'm Mo, the justice system has never failed me. I feel like, you know, necessary things are being done in the country. You know, and I think those people, we should spread the positivity, you know, the energy of saying we want to be like this. You know, as much as I from the system, I want to continue to be like this. I want to support the system that has been supporting me. You know, the truth in this is that the system is not going to favor everyone. Like, that's the reality. If there's 50 people in the room, yes, people, they think that the system should support all of those 50 people. But what we can do is we can divide and conquer. Let's build systems that are going to help each other out. That's where we are right now. With the knowledge that we have, with the tools, technology is a very powerful tool. We can go and search in places to bring information right back in here to upskill ourselves, to make sure that we evolve and evolution becomes our struggle. We shouldn't be talking about, hey man, back in the days, this is what, yes, we understand. And we say it happened. It passed on. But now what we need to do is come with solutions that are going to make us better people. I can't be the generation that when my children look at me, they're like, yo, you know, the system failed me. No, I want to instill power in them. I want to instill positive things that can make them look society in a different way. Not what we've been
experiencing.
Being experiencing. So yes, we are here, we are using this platform to raise those injustices, which is good. But on the good side, we need to give other people some chance to say, you know what, the system has never failed me and this is what I've done. So it's understandable. It's understandable. So on this one, man, all I can say is freedom is deep in yourself. You just need to do like deep self-introspection and look at how things are structured. Yes, there are things that have been put to limit us from getting there, like the education system. Yes, we wanted the free education, but does it mean not you getting that education, you're going to be poor for your life? You're going to struggle for your life. What kind of education you need to instill in yourself? Because there are people who, on TikTok has exposed so many people without formal education coming in and showing us that the power is in you, people. It's deep inside of you. Just because they've took that textbook away, it doesn't mean you're going to suffer for the rest of your life. You can do something about it. Hence, I fight and say, yes, the subject of freedom is sensitive to most of the people. But when answering that, you need to be as careful as you, when you say we are free, what do you mean? Because I'm unemployed, bro. You know, I'm not getting anything. The system is failing me. My sister was raped, you know, things like that. when we look around those things, we need to separate and look how we move on. Then we're going to able to see that we're not as, like the way we think we are.
Okay.
Like, guys, we are far. There's so many countries when they look at South Africa, like, oh man, I wish I could be living in this country right now because of the privileges that you guys have.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
So it's those things when you start looking outside, you're going to see, guys, or no, man. Actually, yes, 1994 helped, and the likes of Mandela, they fought for us, and the freedom that we have today, other people, they really, really appreciate it.
Yes, Mo. Yes.
Like you just said, Mo, appreciating the freedom that we have as a must or beneficial to us, right? But the one thing that we are not saying we don't appreciate the freedom we got. But what we're saying is that there are some things, especially in the worlds or in the worlds of justice, that are just moving way too slow, which kind of hinders the so-called freedom that we're supposed to get. We say we have a constitutional court or the book of constitution, right? That states certain things that need to happen in order for a person to literally be found guilty or so or whatever, right? But then the unfortunate part is that we have had cases that have been going on for almost 10 years and no justice has been done. And the unfortunate, the sad part is that all these major cases take forever to close. But a case, next door, will literally take maximum 6 months. These cases are high-profile cases, which means that making sure that the evidence has been gathered there is supposed to be a thing that is happening there. Now let's go back to school safety. What is our government doing about school safety? The schools are no longer safe, man. And then hence you'd even have the parents of apartheid or people like my mother saying that le government apartheid because they never had school violence. What happened to cracking down also in the violence in school? You have a student stabbing a teacher, or sometimes even there's an incident that happened where I live, where a parent was called to school to come and discuss the ill-mannered behavior of their child, and the parent stabbed the teacher. This has been going on for so long. Why has there been no change? It's been going on for so long, and it still hasn't changed.
Yeah.
We are like right now, I'll tell you. So I applied for a house. I am still waiting for it. There's people who have been applied for houses longer than me, and they are still waiting for it. 31 years into democracy. What is taking our government so long to do? And why do we still have so much corruption happening within our government? 31 years plus. They saw this the first 5 years when they entered. No, we like dipping our hands in the cookie jars. Another 5 years, 10 years now. You still see this corruption. What measures are being taken? And then why are whistleblowers not even protected enough? People who stand up for the injustice that is happening within our government, that is robbing the very same citizens of our country, are the very same people who will end up being killed for standing up. What is happening with the rights of whistleblowers? We have an act that supposedly supports and protects whistleblowers, yet they still manage to be killed. What exactly is happening? We appreciate the freedom that we have, but there is still so much more that still needs to change. I can think, I'm very positive. Yeah, like the life is beautiful. I teach my son to also be positive. But we can never shy away from the negativity that is also there. Our country is in debt. We have been borrowing money from Moody's. Where is the money, guys? How much money has been borrowed, but we don't see where the money went to? Where's the money? Like, we keep on borrowing money all the damn time, but the money never comes back. And the sad part,
money.
Yes, like the sad part is that we keep on getting more. But the sad part is that we keep on sinking more and more in debt. And then you also have our South African government always saying, no, unemployment rate has been decreased. Where are they taking their stats? Me, I just want to know that because I've never seen a government official come to my hood and literally take states and take stats of what's happening, how many people are unemployed. I have never seen that. You still find people chilling in the corner even now. So where exactly is the unemployment rate coming from?
Yeah.
No, we appreciate all they've done. Like right now, the teachers had to go on a strike last week, Wednesday, in order for Lesotho to open up 30 plus jobs for assistant teachers. You already know that the educational system is crumbling, that the teachers are overworked. So they had to like literally say, "Bana ba ye skolong today." In order for you to create new jobs, like something that has been there for the longest time. We have doctors who have studied to become doctors, but they're not working in hospitals. What on earth is going on in our country? We have teachers who have studied, they're done.
Look, man, it's an unending conversation and one that has so many variables and factors that contribute to it. But you know that we always appreciate your thoughts, your opinions, and everything else in between. We have a couple of people coming through on our comment section on YouTube. Timbimli saying, yeah, guys, have a blessed 50th one, team.
Yeah.
So she's just celebrating our 50th episode with us. And of course, Hector TK Takalane coming through and saying, #Vooka Breakfast Show, #Sivugile, Amavuga, #family, #happiness, #we are alive. Hey, man.
Come on.
I told you that I'll get it fixed, man. Mr. B laughing at me behind the scenes. Hey, Mr. B, this is me here, Chief. But anyway, Zinzi, our sister coming through saying, good morning. #Vooka Breakfast Show, #Sivugile, happy 50th episode.
50th, man. One of the best.
Yeah, man. And then Mr. B coming through, one of them is saying, I love how Afriperi has an accent, or rather a colored accent when she's speaking fire. You know, that Florida Pakis accent coming through. The Westbury accent coming through there. So, and then TK saying, Viva Afriperi, Viva.
Continue.
Man. So very, very cool stuff that we have here for you right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blink Network. Of course, always hanging out with me, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. My name is Musi Mist, and I'm not alone. Of course, I'm with the one and only Berry Plays Berry and Maximum Temperature my man. TK saying happy to us 50th episode. Yes, it's not just to us, man. It's to all of us as a family.
Half a century, man.
Yeah.
We are very old.
We're halfway to 100 episodes.
Yeah,
so in like what? So it took us more or less 3 months right?
Yeah.
So it's April now. June, July, August, we'll be celebrating our 100th episode. Yeah. So in 3 months' time. So what? 6 months we would have done 200 episodes. Yeah, man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
We need to, man, because I saw this at a post. I think it's Mr. Beast.
Yes.
Mr. Beast, made his first, I think, $1 million.
Oh, wow.
With 700 and something videos
uploaded,
or they said when they calculated all of his net worth, with including YouTube, but they said with 400 and something videos, he has made over 1 something billion.
Wow.
Right.
400.
Yeah. 400 videos uploaded. Yeah.
Okay.
400 or 700, I'm not sure, but I saw
he's made how much?
Over $1 billion.
Over $1 billion. That's crazy. It's crazy. God willing,
we receive.
Spirits willing, we will get there as the Vooka Nation.
There, man.
And actually, not.
Just need to
when
tap
we get
into it.
We are there already.
We are there.
So, Mr. B was making sure that as you and I in conversation, you guys were seeing, or you at home, from wherever you're tuned in from, you were seeing some of the moments that we experienced out there at 250 on Cedar. Of course, you can also visit www.Vooka Daily to see the article that was written by the one and only TC. Please correct me, TC, because you say we always get it wrong. Gamazibugo Shabalala.
Yeah, man.
Okusalayo
Shabalala.
khona zithu
Hey,
ama-double barrel
kuningi ma bro, kuningi ma
akhona.
bro. Wena o batla ticket ya tla go bolela, "Hey, TC, ngama Sibuko Shabalala." You know?
Oh, by the way, on that note, thank you very much for the Vooka Nation that actually won the tickets for pulling through on Sunday. We
Yeah,
appreciate your love and
Yeah.
support. Maria Nalibetsu Dora Lirosina, Maria, thank you very
Yeah, man. Yeah,
Thank you very much. Hey guys, please don't forget to also check out the article on our website.
Yeah, so TC has been trying to make sure that when you visit www.vuga daily, you will see exciting things. Of course, all things that took place and occurred at the Rancho, and of course, this past Sunday at 2:50 on Cedar. All the interactions and everything that you might not find that we give you right here when we are in conversation and having a great energy exchange. TC Mazibuko Shabalala is making sure that www.vuga daily is up to date. I mean, I can remember that at the Rancho,
Yeah.
we were in conversation with representatives of the Hawks, you know, and it was a very interesting one.
If you don't want to know, you never know. That's as simple as it is, guys. We're thinking about injustice. But if you don't want to know, you don't want to know.
That's too funny, man. It was way too funny, but very interesting, very
Mina ngwazile bathi we arrest people who also use the tree. If you know what I mean.
Oh yes, plants. Look,
If
man, it
you
was
know
a
the
very,
tree
very,
that I'm
very
talking about,
informative conversation and interaction that we had with them. I mean, we were there with Captain Lefali Bitso and Warrant Officer Tony Abrahams. You know, Captain Libitso says he's very passionate about human trafficking, and he takes it very seriously.
Yes, yeah.
You know, and he was like, "I see you, when I'm I see you. You
You're
want to
asking
talk
the
about
wrong
Komodos?"
question.
Yes.
We are focusing on the wrong thing.
It was too interesting and too funny, but very, very interesting conversation. So we'll make sure that you see that interaction. We'll upload it on our social media platforms. But of course, as you're seeing on your screen right
They're
now,
already there.
you can see that I took a picture with both of them, and the article is up and running on www.vuga daily, and you can read all about it and find out what the Hawks' mandate. Because
Yeah.
all of them are talking about the mandate,
man.
chief.
Speaking of the mandate, it takes me to the, both the conversation with the MECs.
Oh, yes.
Especially the one that you had, Leno Mantu.
Yes, the MEC for health and wellness.
Yeah, man. I mean, I loved how she spoke about, this migration of now people having to download the app, not having to stand in long queues.
Oh, yes.
I mean, with the Tembisa Hospital, that situation, it raised, so much eyes on the public because they were like, you know what? It's good it happened. I mean, yes, it's good. The hospital banned.
Oh, what
and
is it?
when they now going to renovate or rebuild the parts of the sections of the hospital where it banned, they're going to install new technology that is going to be helpful. No more queues anymore. Right, so for me, it's good news. It's things that I want to hear. Right,
But why did we have to get to a point where this hospital has to break
things
down
happen,
so that
guys.
And then unfortunately,
Mikukuyacha.
the sad
Things
part
happen.
is that the part that even burned from the hospital is a new wing. It's a newly built emergency unit that burned. Not
Yeah.
even the old part, the new part. And then you say it's a good thing, okay.
Yeah, one thing I've learned in Africa, sometimes you're going to be given a tender to build something, then it bends. And then now when you have to answer, when questions like this, they ask you, how did it bend? Because it's new, it's going to be something that is going to be difficult for you to answer. But as someone who is, part of, the political movement and you're trying to instill new things, especially it's been a long time, since people have been complaining about the services at the hospital, the long queues, the
it's
backlog,
been a long time, hey.
So when they mention about, the technology that they want to implement, why they're implementing it. It's things that the public want to hear. It's things that South African citizens, especially who care about the quality health care we've been asking for, they want to hear about those things. And I also want to hear about those things. It's good news, guys. We need to celebrate. We are free. Can't you get hold of that?
Okay, it's a good thing, hey, but Nasham, if they give me a tender, kupa tender ya skontiri ke kgatetse ke di pothole.
Or there's a kind of RAF, JRA, ne? Is it?
Johannesburg Road Association.
Yeah. But look, man, these conversations are ongoing, and we're going to keep them coming. And so we'd also love to hear your thoughts, your opinions, and everything else in between. Like I said, of course, we want to hear your voice using the number 060-493-3226. That's 060-493-3226. That's where you can send your voice notes so that we can hear your voice, sharing your thoughts, your opinions, and of course, everything else in between. The time right about now is 32 minutes after the hour, 8 o'clock on a Tuesday morning, the 29th of April 2025. I almost said 24. I don't know why. 2025. So we've been chatting for a while, and we always need a bit of a break so that we can pay our bills and of course run to the loo, grab a glass of water or a cup of coffee, and then you and I and the rest of the team will see each other right after this cool stuff. Look, man, if you have just tuned in and just joined us, you are right on time. Right on schedule to catch your favorite audio and visual radio station. This is Vooka Breakfast Show brought to you by the Blinko Network. And of course, you know that you're always hanging out with me, the one and only MOOCEE Mr. My name is Musi Mr. and I could not be happier to be in your company and in your presence. But you know that I am not alone, and I'll never be alone whenever you and I are hanging out. Always hanging out and joined by the greatest of the greatest. Afri plays, and of course, maximum temperature. Guys, are you still good, man? Talk to me.
Yeah, man, still good, man, still good. And the question still stands, man. If you're watching from home, we were celebrating Freedom Day on the 27th of April. So we couldn't, air the necessary episode, and we apologize for that. We know that, hey, Mo, you want us to speak about things that, passed. But it is important because now we are closing the chapter of April, and it's been a good month for us. I enjoyed what April had,
That was too long, man.
Yeah, man.
That was too long. Yo, April, guys. The 29. How is it only the 29th today?
It makes sense why it was long, because we also lost the Pope, man. So rest in peace to the Pope.
No,
man.
they lost the
And,
Pope.
Yeah, man. I lost the Pope, man. Rest in peace, Pope. We will continue, to serve and live, in this world that is so furious. The way you, labeled it. But all I can say is, with April, Freedom Day, which was on the 27th of April. What does Freedom Day signify to you? What is Freedom Day to you?
Yes.
And do you celebrate it? Do you think it's still necessary for us, to celebrate the democracy that we've had? It's 31 years now in democracy.
Yeah.
Are we gonna get to a day where we say, you know what? Thank you so much. We have been doing this, but now we've got all the freedom that we need. So I just want to hear from you. If you're watching from home, send us a voice note, man. 060-4933-226, 060-4933-226. And by the way, I'm still good, man. And I can't wait to get into what we have. And obviously, we dip into the matters of today, man. So yeah, I'm still good, man.
I feel like you have something to say. Talk to me.
Yes, I'm gonna get her off, get a fabulous that like feeling namhlanje. I don't know why. So kahle mina bang bizu phunyuka bang phethe. But on a serious note, guys, please do not forget to share your comments when it comes to freedom. What exactly does freedom symbolize for you? And looking over the past 31 years this year of the freedom that we're celebrating in a democratic land, so far, do you feel like the freedom that our forefathers fought for is the freedom that you have fully obtained or have full access to? So please don't forget to share your comments on that one, and of course your opinions, because on Friday we'll be celebrating Thursday. Yeah.
We'll be celebrating what?
Holidays. On Thursday, we'll be celebrating Workers' Day. Well, you'll get a chance to let us know how you feel as an employer. Do you feel like, in terms of the world of work itself in general, there's some things that definitely need to change, or some things have changed for the better, or more things need to be done by our constitution in terms of protecting the rights of workers?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Very. Yes, Mo, talk to me.
Yeah, man. Before we get into, the today in history and what we have for today, I think for me, I know that a lot of people are going to come at me for this. But when it comes to, just defining what freedom means for me, in a simple term, I want to say, I don't want to sound like my grandfather.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Imagine, it's you and your grandfather, and you are at the Freedom Day concert. They give your grandfather the mic, and you sound exactly like him.
Okay.
Yeah, we've been fighting.
Okay.
Then it's you again.
I don't know if Mr. B saw that footage of that guy, but we'll try to flight it during the show.
Yeah.
No. There's another guy that you and I interacted with. His name was I forgot his name.
Yeah,
Something.
Is it the guy that you guys pointed out to before we left, who had like Jasinyana, that kind of?
No, it was just a guy.
He was right there, staging.
Yeah.
But just to help, someone who is watching, when they want to, just to define to us what Freedom Day means to you. For me, I don't want to sound like my grandfather. When I'm being asked, man, what does Freedom Day, say to you? How can you define it? I'm going to define it with, I've made so many decisions by myself, and I was not oppressed by anyone to make those decisions. Today, I can make a decision without, the system feeling like, no, you're not supposed to. I can go anywhere freely. Well, some of the places, you can't. But most of the places in our country, we can travel. Back then, we couldn't.
Yes.
Yes. Someone is out there, man. We have social media influencers. Back in the day, you had no, those guys were not there. So now we have people who are traveling, show us.
There was no Wi-Fi back in the day.
There was internet. Internet was there. It's been there for a long time. It's just that access. People are limited access. Where now you are able to get free Wi-Fi from the clinic because of access, from the library. Those kind of things, guys. So the thing is, a lot of people, they keep on trapping themselves with their ideologies from the past. But if you could be asked, or what's different that you can make that's from the past? What's the difference you can make compared to the past? We can make a lot of difference because you are able to access the internet and fill yourself with so much information that the internet is providing. I mean, there are people who are going to tell you that I have started a business without any cent. It's just me approaching people. They loved my product and they saw that my product is going to bring in money. And their investment has made my business to be what it is. I believe in the success stories that I've read. Yes, there are people who are complaining, unemployment, yes, but look at the bright side of what this
how far we've come.
Yes,
Yeah.
how far we've come in the guys, there's so many black people who are making good things out, and not so much noise is being made about them. And now when you look at their light, it's able to shine upon other people's light, and then they come in to this field and they bring in so much, success, and they bring in so much ideas that they can share with the different young people. That's why as young people, we just need to become as young and vibrant. Let's see this information, what we can do with it. Because apparently you can go into government, approach necessary people with necessary information that can get you in those places. You can't come with a 60-year-old. Come when you are 25 or 26 or 30-year-old. You are in the same room with the granny. You guys are fighting for the same thing. What difference are we making? Rather have substance into, okay, this is what we want and this is how we are planning to do it. Because now they are enforcing us to say, guys, just have a foundation, man. You can't say you want a business, Mara. You are not selling anything. You want your business to be funded, Mara. You're not selling anything.
There's someone who argued and said, I mean, it speaks to what you're saying now.
Yeah.
Said as the youth was so quick to say, hey, unemployment, but are we actually employable individuals? Are we individuals that have premise, that have basis, that have a high functioning level of reasoning capacity?
Yeah.
And it was interesting for me. And they were speaking around those things. You guys don't recognize what being in the workforce means.
Yes.
Understand that? It's okay, I'm going to work.
Kibadi.
Yeah,
I should be employed.
Exactly.
Kibadi.
Yeah.
Like true, if we got a chance to interview DJ Zintle has been complaining
about
the
employability.
Company, or these young people, like they're not employable, man. Just say something about you. You can't say my name is 35 years old. Already you are risking my company.
My name is
35 years old. And now we complain. Yes, guys, if you can check reports about the interviews that people have had.
Yes. Talk to me, everybody.
When you say that, it reminds me of, if I'm correct, I think it was sometime earlier this year when I attended unemployment in Bizo that was happening in Pefeni.
Yeah.
And then one of the guys from Department of Labor said that the reason why we are very skeptical on employing AMA 2000, it's because they have a lack of responsibility. When you don't have anything that you're solely responsible for, or you've never felt the need to be responsible for somebody else, then you having a job as child's play. I say the reason is because they've never had to feel the pain of not having food at home, or the fact that you need to go out and hustle and make ends meet so you can buy food at home. B, they've never had the feeling of having a child cry to you, "Are mama ke tshwere ke tlala." So they were saying that most of the time we prefer hiring people who actually have kids than a person who doesn't have a kid. Because we know that person, because they have a huge responsibility on their shoulders, then they will definitely make sure that they are always at work on time, and a gona taba gore o tlo lo fa mosebetsing ka Monday because o na ne babalas.
You're hired based on your level of desperation, Khantle.
Basically, I mean,
Yeah,
which is quite debatable for me.
It is, but in a way, I kind of understood because it comes back to the whole point, Yoguti, the youth of today is unemployable. Because, they, in a way, they're youth that necessarily does not see the need for responsibility.
Yeah.
A huge majority of them. Yes, we can argue that maybe 30 or 20% of them know what responsibility is and how to conduct themselves properly within a workspace. But a lot of them do not know how to do that. They don't know how to conduct themselves.
Yeah.
Motho a ka mpana dutcha Spane ka Monday because o tshwere ke baby a tsamaya le dula ko khoneng a lona hape. Unlike saying on Sunday, you know what, I'm gonna have a drink 5 p.m. I'm going home because I have work tomorrow.
Yeah, that's why it's things that we need to fix amongst ourselves. And if we see these things and we don't talk about them, in the next, trust me, in the next 30 years, there's going to be a child who's going to talk about them. And while we had the opportunity to fix them.
Yes, Mo, you're absolutely right.
We can have solutions for us to be employable. This is what you need to do, in order for you to go for an interview. These are the necessary requirements you need to have for you to qualify for a job. I love a platform. People take TikTok for granted because one thing about TikTok, it speaks to algorithm. It tells you about what you want. When are you going to say you are unemployed? But all you see is dance challenges every time when you open TikTok. People, when they open them, it's people sharing,
yes,
job application,
yes,
information.
How to put together a CV,
a lot
what other questions that are frequently asked when you get to an interview. I mean, there's a lot, man. I mean, but there's also the not so great side of such things, more where these kids are not being taught how to articulate themselves, and English song online or a language. Rather day-to-day spoken language. I mean, this is what we're trying to do ourselves here with word of the day, idiom of the day, right? So that you can have these words and use them and try to include them in your day-to-day spoken language and vocabulary ultimately. So these kids, but language online.
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp in our day. I'm sure TC and Afriberry in their day.
Thank you very much. I like the fact that slowly, you just keep revealing your age.
In their day, they used to call it, now it's WhatsApp language and WhatsApp texting and whatever. Yeah. But back then it was
mix it to go.
It was mix it language, where my name is G2G, got to go. What are you doing? Oh, what are you doing? Yeah, who you with? Who? HUW. It was crazy. It was crazy, and teachers. I have a couple of friends who are educators, and but sometimes like you literally have to sit there and try to figure out what speech say. Is trying to relate to you. Yeah. What was this kid trying to say? How about to articulate, how about to formally sentence? It's just too crazy, man. It's just too crazy. But I don't know. Like I said, it's an ever ongoing conversation, and it's an unending one. And these struggles are going to always be there, and we have to try and take it upon ourselves to try and overpower them and overcome them ultimately. And so that we can have a great future for Manabarona. I always say that we are the generation that's fighting the struggles that our grandmothers fought for. Yes, there is a sense of freedom in that we are now at a point where we can say what we are thinking. Yeah. We can be who we want to be. There's a guy there, I think his name is Akona, that we met on Sunday for the interactions that we did, and it was like the freedom of being who you want to be, freely so, unapologetic about it. The freedom of expressing yourself how you want to express yourself. There is like this corporate world that a lot of us live in, and that is accompanied by a sense of dressing, a sense of speaking, and all of these things, factors and variables that contribute. But now we're slowly moving and getting to a point and getting to living in a time where you can go in a corporate space on a day-to-day basis
Yeah.
and dress how I'm dressed, and not necessarily have to be
Shirt and tie, suit
and
tie, chap
and it's
nose.
expressing yourself, and your clothes don't necessarily always mean that, or they don't describe gore o motho o monate yang in terms of reasoning capacity and the level of education that you've received.
Yeah.
So it's crazy, man. It's crazy, man. Spin City coming through. I know Afroperi, you have quite a few things to say. Spin City coming through saying entitlement culture is huge. Remember, complaining is the easiest thing to do, but no solutions. The information age changed the game, and you need to upskill your something. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not a 2K problem. It's being there, and he's right.
Yeah,
He's
man.
right. Absolutely. Talk to me, Afroperi.
Another thing regarding this whole thing, the generation that we have right now, is how they even dress for interviews. Sometimes they lack a bit of professionalism in terms of going for an interview. And that'll sometimes be the first thing that'll make an interviewer not even accept you or literally decline your interview. There are some kids right now who are well spoken and know how to hold themselves in terms of how they sit when they're in an interview, in terms of the eye contact they make in an interview, how to speak properly. But then the other thing that they also forget is the fact that you also need to dress smart. Because for me, even right now, that's one thing that still shocked my parents at home, that even if they said I'm going to look for an interview as a bartender at a club, I literally go in there, formal pants, nice blouse or a shirt, heels, or a nice formal shoe. Just because you are going to work as a cashier or Pick and Pay does not mean you should also go in there wearing jeans, skipa sama dabu dabu. Because you're going to wear uniform. So the way you come for an interview also determines whether or not you will be accepted for that particular job. Because how you could dress yourself also goes to as far as, can this person handle being in a uniform?
But I think that's the problem of the companies, because we're seeing right now where people are expressing themselves in a different way and how they like to be. If when a post is being posted, we are looking for these people, you need these certain requirements. Also state that in terms of code of conduct, in terms of dressing up, these are the things you're supposed to be dressing smart casual, because there are different types of attires nowadays. Unalebo mkhato, ngwana batho ha tsebe what do you have to wear? Yes, you are wearing mkhato, you are wearing these. We had Ntlantla, the fashion boy who came here and displayed his Tembelihle, came in here, and Tembelihle is a guy who makes clothes for himself. Now he's being invited and come for an interview. Tembelihle rocks up, kamkhato. It's like, this one. But did you state that for this interview, this is how I'm supposed to dress? Because that's the problem we are having. If you're calling someone, just like on our normal day-to-day basis, people understand how you need to wear for a date. But I'm just coming rocking up my Chiefs t-shirt because everywhere it's representing who I am. I'm representing peace and love.
It's not even about that. These are things that I was taught this in high school.
Yeah.
So it's not that you are not taught. These are things that you sometimes learn in high school. Depending on where you're going for the interview will determine the way you are dressed. So for example, Tembelihle is going in for a fashion internship.
Yeah.
Him dressed like that ngumkhato makes sense. Because he's going to do an internship or apply for internship at a fashion house. And even if he goes to go look for a formal job, let's say maybe at Standard Bank, for crying out, so like there's umkhato that is also made for corporate. The only thing is that is just changing it. Yeah. You can still dress smart or dress savvy in corporate attire. It depends on how you make it, on how it is suited. But what I'm saying is that they also need to bear in mind the clothes they wear in terms of also where they are interviewing in. Most corporate companies are still literally in that formal attire.
I love what you're saying, because you said in school you were taught. ask this generation, you know, are they being taught on the dress code of how they are supposed to be wearing for an interview? Because I will tell you, like when you go to school now, they tell a child, or you can be any gender. So tell me about the dress
that's what
code.
happens in the Trump administration.
You know, yes, even in here, it's things that they're not going to speak about. Hore, Mwana is going to be taught that they can be anything they want. They can identify themselves as anything they want to be. They can identify themselves as a unicorn. They can identify themselves as a bear. You know, it's where we are. So, as much as influence is coming, you know, in your social media platform, people are being exposed. I go to interview wearing a Prada jean. Understand? I'm showing myself, or this is me. This is who you're hiring. Do you want the dress code, or do you want the experience? Talk to me.
Or the mind.
You know, or the mind.
Or the level of education.
Things are changing because in America right now they are, you know, fostering the culture of wearing anything you want.
Comfortability.
Be comfortable.
Comfortability. But still applying yourself.
You see some guys go officing overweight. Is like the ties here. Even the shirt is screaming, hey, my man,
let me breathe.
Let me go.
You understand?
Yeah,
man. I love what Spin City said, because he said entitlement is culture and information. We are in the information age.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you, too much information causes transformation, guys.
Look at you, Mr. Mo.
It's where we are.
Too much what?
Too much information causes transformation.
Okay.
But it depends what kind of information you are indulging yourself in. Because if you are busy with wrong information, it's going to lead you into wrong ways, into doing wrong things. But when you get yourself in making sure that the information that you have to yourself is information that can upskill you. So right here with me, man, in terms of why the youth is considered unemployable, we have statistics, man, on these things. And people should know this. Whether you have a child at home, you're watching, you're asking yourself, so youth unemployment in South Africa remains a pressing concern, with the official unemployment rate for individuals aged at 15 to 34 at 45.5% as of the first quarter of 2024, significantly higher than the national average of 32.9%. So you're asking yourself, what are key factors contributing to high youth unemployment rate? Yes, now you might say, no, my parents don't have money. No, but some of these key factors is skills mismatch. There's a notable gap between the skills of young people that poses and those demanded by employers, right? Many graduates find their qualification don't align with the current job market. Wabo, the ministers will come, go to briefing that, guys, we need so much scientists, we need doctors, but now you have people who have studied archaeology, they've studied rocks, and now that they can't get into the rocks.
No, the first one?
It's archaeology.
King archaeology.
Archaeology.
Archaeology, Mo.
Another factor is limited work experience, right? So a significant number of unemployed youth have never held a job, making it a challenging, secure employment due to a lack of experience. I come there, interview, they're seeking 15 years experience. Where am I going to get the experience? I'm a newly graduate. I've just graduated. So the experience, where am I supposed to get it? It's something, now I've found out that the experience, you make it yourself.
Yes.
And experience doesn't mean you have to work for a big corporate company for 15 years. No.
Working part-time while you study.
You make your experience. Educational challenges, early school living, inadequate quality of education hinder many young individuals from acquiring essential skills affecting their employability. You left school because we're not piano, but now it's it's haunting you. Geographical barriers, many job opportunities are located far from where young people live, and inadequate public transport system make commuting difficult and costly. Economic factors also, South Africa's sluggish economic growth limits job creation. There's high reservation wages. There's a social support system. Access to social grants and family support can reduce the agency for some youth to seek employment, potentially prolonging periods of unemployment. So addressing these challenges, man, it requires us to have a different approach. Or okay, yes, you are unemployed. What is it that you're struggling with? What is it that you want to be helped with? Because yes, posts are there, guys. Every day there are so many companies who are looking for people, but now people don't have internet access. You only maybe get that, free 20 megabytes. You go in and then you find out where there's nothing. But where you don't have data, that's where a lot of posts are being, given to people. There are companies that are hiring every day.
Because data prices are high, man. That's another thing that also makes it a bit hard to even find like jobs online, because most of these posters, they don't post anymore. Go the news board that you'd find.
What do they call it? Go newspaper growing
Classified.
up. Classified.
Yeah.
But then we when was the last time you saw a newspaper?
Classified. Bring back my lava. They understand people are not going through newspapers anymore.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that there's news boards that you'd normally find. Like, for example, Shoprite, they have a community news board.
Yeah.
So they'd find announcements for the community. Anybody's looking for a room to rent. Those ones are rare. They're also becoming less.
Yeah.
And then data on its own self, it's expensive. And then by the time you put it in, you're still scrolling, looking for that job. By the time you want to send through your CV, if it really.
If Sangoma ere Vumani bo, what are you saying? What do you say? Exactly. Install Vuma, man. Uvume.
Ay, bonjalo.
Mar Vuma ya when the weather is. You see, once it starts raining, Vuma also starts acting up, guys.
No,
guys.
No,
I say
you are a Mirrorlands member. Come through.
I say Yako Makelwan. I get to go.
No, but still, Mirrorlands. Come through Mirrorlands, people. Not Consention. Not here in Top Centre. My bro. This is right next to Zondi Hills, and just before you get to Provincial Kloof. No.
Oh my God.
No. But yeah, man, look, man. More, there's a lot of these things that we can go through. Like I said, it's unending, and
we'll create a day for it.
People like Bo Spinning, yes, absolutely. Spin City that are spinning. People like Bo Spin City, you are absolutely right, Africa. We need to take a day where we discuss all of these, issues that we face as a society, and especially as the youth.
Can I recommend a day?
Talk to me.
If our producer allows it, maybe we could just have a mini summit, basically around June, discussing things that literally affect the youth. And things that we're not seeing go properly for the youth. But guys, also let me know if it's something that you also be open into doing. Just a round table where we just sit and discuss different ways how to do. Obviously, as much as we can discuss the problems, we'll also need to state the solutions.
Absolutely.
Of how we encounter those problems that we are facing as the youth of South Africa.
Yeah.
So man, right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. We always try to bring you great things that have occurred and of course taken place in history. But before we get to that, let's jump quickly on our comment section on YouTube. Mo is he's laughing his lungs out here. But I'm coming through saying, fashion has changed. I am surprised that not wearing socks is a thing now. I think it's always been a thing. You know what irks me? You know what vexes me? Mutomotona, adult, a functioning adult in the workforce who has kids, people who rely on him, human beings who rely on him, or were already go steady wrong, mismatched socks.
Apparently, also wearing mismatched socks was like once a thing.
No, it has never been a thing, guys. It's not a thing. Why are you wearing mismatched socks? I'm sorry, I can't. It really, young irritate them to you. No, it's not a style.
Apparently, if you in 2018, 2019, there's a style that was invented by young people called Coppendale.
Hey, yeah, I used to wear Coppendale.
Coppendale was a thing back in the day. Coppendale was a thing back in the day where Kana dikopentele ne leng man.
Nelly di goes.
Even with shoes.
Yeah,
nowadays,
even with the
someone
shoes,
apare,
really.
you know, Air Force, apare MX, this
Yeah, or
side,
like
you
Nelly All
know.
Star, but back then I'll tell you, it was like there was a shoe called back in the day. I get it. Streaming guys, but I'm sure what TK will remember.
Yeah.
And you know, Mr. B, I'm sure that like the slightly older Mahrotman le sister Arona. Copentel was Stakoseu on the one, or Obete All Star on the other, and then there was another one. Skills again, I'm styling. Yeah, Cavella. Yes, Cavella had 2 colors when that was
yes.
Copenhagen.
Yeah,
One understand? I mean, of course, these things always come back, and you know they're reinvented. And I mean, I'm seeing these kids. Whatever Italian, this is what we used to do in the day. Or the what he see, Africa.
No, I like the fact that you keep on revealing your age. Gangani.
But yeah, man. So mismatched socks, guys. Why are you wearing mismatched socks as an adult? Wait, why? Why are you wearing secret sock red camo black? No, man. I'm
No,
sorry.
in a way, it
This is
actually
me.
kind of makes sense because that's a thing
No,
that should
it
have like.
doesn't
No,
make
no, no.
sense.
Listen. Let me finish first. In a way, it kind of makes sense. What you are saying, you don't let me finish.
Oh,
you see,
sorry. Ne ke re o ba buela.
ke sa go voutela no.
Sorry.
How musi my man. So yeah, no, it kind of made sense because it's something that should have been done. Like it should have died out with your primary school era. Or like my grade 8, grade 9 era.
What,
When
wearing mismatched socks?
Yeah.
It shouldn't have happened at all from the start, even in primary.
Me, I
Why
get Copenhagen.
or someone mismatched socks?
Do you think my mother knew?
Because
No,
it's,
still,
Nampona
man.
after
it's
school, Baba.
described as being disorganized.
I mean, look,
like
they're
back
saying-
in the days, man, like I otlaka.
You know what the thing is, Mo? There's a term called or word frugal.
Yeah.
There's frugal people out there, people who really don't care what they wear as long as moto apere. Understand? But hey, Chief, we can't be justifying things like that. I'm frugal. No, even in your frugalness, you must be organized. Wearing mismatched socks.
When you don't like socks, you don't like.
It's not about liking socks.
Yeah.
When you do wear socks, when socks are required in your outfit, wear matching socks. These are really pair. It's a pair. I go shopping. Go say red, like green. No,
There's
man.
Donosa, bro. You get one. sock.
Why already go to Tonosa? Why?
It's because
no, man. There's socks
too
more
warm.
ShopRite, man. There's socks more
It's
di
2
mall
cents.
di mall tsa rona.
It's 2
They
cents.
go start 20 randa.
It's 2
Aye, man,
cents,
come on,
bro.
man.
20 rand. What's about 20 rand? I got to know
Like-
so I got to pay.
I never.
Bro.
No, guys.
Bro.
No.
Ka 5 randa, you get mismatched
I
socks.
never.
Like if it didn't know, let's go to know. So, but boots it's a 50 rand.
Yeah, it's fine, but they don't give you mismatched boots.
Malapa alika.
It's not about Malapa. They don't. Or am I wrong, Mr. P? They don't, guys. Like, I'm sorry. It really irritates me. And if you are watching, you're someone who wears mismatched socks. Stop it. You must stop it. Anyway,
fashion.
TK coming through on our, as well after Mr. P on our comment section on YouTube saying, sometimes it's not how you dress. You can dress very smart and the moment you open your mouth, aye. But truth of the matter is the dress code puts you one step in and the rest on how you speak. Absolutely.
That's true.
The
So I
rest
think,
is on you.
yeah, but you know what the thing is, Africa, and I agree with you. We were taught that in high school, where you were taught how to formulate a CV, how to write a letter, and all of these things. We were taught, right? And dress code, I guess, in a sense that when going for an interview, this is the idea or the style that is. That is accompanied by going for an interview, right? A nice, neat shirt, or like a golf tee, whatever, just right, the sense of fashion that you should have when going for an interview. But I think we're slowly moving, like I said earlier, we're slowly moving into an era and a time where now, even in your frugalness, like I mentioned, or even in your comfortability and expressing yourself, it still needs to be, Spin City, I'm actually referring to what you just posted now. It still needs to be neat. Wang understand that. It's a comfortable when so like a 20 from your thigh all the way to your knee.
Hey, when I say
Like,
where
I
I
mean, there's you understand that. There's boundaries and there's lines that now we are crossing. Yes, Spin City, I'm hiring you for your capabilities and your mind and your level of education and all of those things. But even in your expressing yourself, I don't need to know. Look, man, this is me on a day-to-day basis. TC and I were having this conversation on Sunday, saying, spaces mostly music lovers, people who are in the space of creativity and artistry and entertainment. And we know we wear like glasses, hats, this is a me thing. You know, I'll wear my cardigan jersey and a little vintage nyana, match it with like my belt or my shoes or whatever the case, right? But even in my expressing myself, I can still walk into a professional space, sit there, the suit, the tie, and blouses like Afri said, and like nice formal pants for ladies or skirts and stuff like that. But I can sit down and have a proper conversation and interaction and exchange ideas and opinions. And wow, we actually misjudged this person walking through because not bury these hats and the glasses and the jersey. And but this person is someone who's well versed in the space that he's involved in. So we can't like there is such a thing of pushing the boundary too much. Now we are getting into like spaces where I know no man. Yes, Afro.
You know what you in terms of clothes, as he said, as creatives, we as much as we like sometimes having colorful colors or very like bright clothes, they're always well coordinated. And as casual as they may be, they're sometimes a bit formal. But what we are saying in terms of clothing, like your baggy pants, and we can see your whole bosom was out there, bro. That's where it becomes a problem. How are you going to come to an interview with your bosom out there? Or these baggy pants that these guys wear, kadi macarena. But now,
you know, I want to differ with you guys because remember, when somebody's coming, you are the employer, and this guy has been unemployed for 15 years.
Okay.
Sometimes they don't know what to wear, you know, on the first day for the, you know, interview. A guy has been unemployed of buying those clothes, and he comes looking, you know, disorganized, and then you're like, this guy, no man, he's not a guy that I can. Yeah, because I think employers need to give people a chance to explain. Can you please explain why you're wearing like this? Like, okay, I've been unemployed for 15 years, and this is a chance. I got a chance to come in here, and I was happy to hear that I can come in for an interview. And I don't have the clothes that you guys require, but for sure, I'm going to be taught. When I start working for the company, I'm going to be taught about the
dress
etiquette.
Code.
Yes, the dress code of the company. Then we can take it from there.
Things.
Yeah, sometimes you see someone akalama taxi, and we are both go to, hey, Njaya, I see you. What's going on? Yeah, man, it's interview. And then already when you're looking at what he's wearing, like, this guy is not serious. But hey, guys, some people they're having it, you know. It's difficult for other people. For them, it's like, okay, I just needed to. Instead of borrowing, he was like, no, let me just wear what I have and what I can afford at that moment. So it's part of that thing of understanding. Yes, a lot of people are looking for employment. But now, if you're going to look at someone on how they're dressed and to say this person is not suitable, there are people wearing Gucci's, man. But as TK is saying, like, you dressed nice, but now you've let go that guy who was wearing 2 different shoes because of how he was wearing. Then this one of Gucci's, he is not giving you what you want.
You know, what you're saying is pretty valid, Uti. A person can be unemployed for plus minus 15 years, but it also, in a way, does not excuse you not being well dressed. And the reason why I'm saying this is because you always see people on a daily going to work. So sometimes even not being well dressed, even if I think it's better for an interview, we can say jean skipper.
I don't have the jean and the skipper. I only have short. Short.
Hot pen.
Yes, let's keep us a bambino. Saying bambino. Right?
Okay, it's understandable. When it's like that, it's pretty understandable. But the other reason, when they also look at the fact that how you are dressed as a person, it also applies to what the company's image. Sometimes you have clients who are very cutthroat and will not invest in a company no matter how good it is, or the employees are really brilliant just because of the dress code itself. So sometimes considering the whole fact of how people should dress for certain roles in a certain company also comes to what the clientele that the company itself has or the type of business partners they have as themselves as a client. If they have pretty open business clients that do not mind, then they won't mind you coming to work. You can just show take a paka. But if they have business, if they have business partners who are pretty straight or pretty cutthroat, that's when they'll be strict with what the dress code. Because remember, you are also the image of the company. The company can have all the information on the internet, but you as the person, you are the brand of the company because you work there at that time. So as the brand, if you come and an they won't even say me, but when a company. They're not even going to say, but your company is good. They're going to say, we're not willing to work with it.
Look, man, it's an unending one. Spin City saying, I hire your capabilities, not fashion. Just have good hygiene. And then Abanadam is saying, question for everyone, both us in studio and, of course, you who is watching and listening from wherever you're tuned in from. Do you judge someone if their shoes are dirty?
Have you
then
seen
he says,
John?
at Mo, #Chris Gardner.
Pursuit of happiness.
I don't
Yes.
judge. I don't judge because we walk through mud, we walk in different places. A person's shoes, whether dirty or clean, can tell you the story about their life.
But besides, man, have you seen, I'm going to quote like white people's shoes? Like,
frugal.
Have you ever seen the sneakers, man?
Most of them are frugal, Mo.
Yeah, it's,
most of them are frugal, man.
Okay,
it's
interviews, shapa formal, and then the shoes dirty, and like
it's frugalness, man.
And then funny enough, they always shun it upon us if we come with dirty sneakers. I remember when we went to the rent show, I saw this other kid. She's white. Their sneakers, no cover. Like if you remember the development of Bramfisher back then with the red soil. Her shoes looked like she did a marathon in Bramfisher. And she was wearing white sneakers.
But I think the example of, you don't have to look at my shoes. You don't have to look at, what I'm wearing. Just hire me because of my capability.
Substance.
Because we're not like a 3-piece more. You
You
can't even form a sentence.
But, hey guys,
this is a discussion for Thursday, for Workers' Day.
For another thing, man. We've been talking for a while. Let's jump into things that have occurred and taken place in history. On this day, the 29th of April. Says here, the National Broadcasting Company made the first public television broadcast in the United States at the New York World's Fair. In April of 1939, RCA's National Broadcasting Company, NBC, introduced regularly scheduled electronic television broadcasting in America. The first television broadcast aired was the dedication of the RCA Pavilion at the 1939 New York World's Fairgrounds. It was introduced by David Sarnoff himself. So I'm sure you will be seeing like a picture reference on your screen right now, talking about the first broadcast that took place at New York World's Fair. Very, very interesting. This is in 1939. Then the other one is British physicist J.J. Thomson announces the discovery of electrons. Very interesting for me. Oh, okay. So in 1897, J.J. Thomson discovered that atoms contain smaller components, identifying electrons through his study of cathode rays. Wow. His plum pudding model was later disproved by his collaborator, Ernest Rutherford, who demonstrated that the atom's positive charge is concentrated in its nucleus. Thomson's groundbreaking work and mentorship of future Nobel laureates significantly advanced humanity's understanding of atomic structure. Very, very interesting stuff. And then the last one, President Nixon announces the release of Watergate tapes. On April 29th in 1974, President Richard Nixon announces to the public that he will release transcripts of 46 taped White House conversations in response to a Watergate trial subpoena issued in July 1973. The House Judiciary Committee accepted 1,200 pages of transcripts the next day, but insisted that the tapes themselves be turned over as well. Hey! Guningi, bro, and it's getting Kuningi. Very interesting stuff for President Richard Nixon, 1974. And so you know that these are things that have taken place in history and occurred, of course, and things that maybe perhaps both you and I might learn from. And so what we do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show is that we also give you the number of days that we are in the year. And today, it is the 119th day. And of course, if it were a leap year, it would be the 120th day. And all of these are in the Gregorian calendar. And we are 34 weeks, or there are 34 weeks that remain until the end of the year. And of course, it also marks that there are 246 days that are left before the end of the year. Very, very, very cool stuff. And of course, on this day, there are also people who have, or who should be celebrating their birthdays on this day, the 29th of April. The first one is Willie Nelson. Not sure who Willie Nelson is, but I'm sure Mr. B can pull up a picture very quickly so that we can see who Willie Nelson is. Willie Nelson was born on this day in 1933. This guy is as old as my grandmother. My grandmother was also born in 1933 and is aged 92 years today. Interesting fact about him is that he wrote his first song at the age of 7. Oh, he's a country singer. I know who Willie Nelson is. Yeah. No. I thought it was a different Willie Nelson. Country singer, activist, poet, songwriter, actor, and author who helped create Farm Aid. Yes. He has written many country hits, including Funny How Time Slips Away and Hello Walls. I think Willie Nelson, if this is the guy that I'm thinking of, can you drag the picture, Mr. B, to that side? Yes. So this guy was in that movie with, who's that guy? Johnny Knoxville. Johnny Knoxville and... You don't know Johnny Knoxville? Johnny Knoxville.
I like the fact that Musi keeps on saying that he's young. But
Jackass. You know the Jackass?
Music.
Jackass.
There's
the movie said it's a
Nicolas
comedy.
Cage.
No, Johnny Knoxville.
I'm thinking of Kick-Ass, not Jackass.
Yeah,
Sorry.
Jackass. He did that movie with Johnny Knoxville and TC, help me, man.
Yeah.
That guy. I forget, but anyway, it's fine.
These are old people.
Yeah, he's Dukes of Hazzard. Come on, TC. Come on, man. Hey, proper stuff. You see why we confluence here. We are experiencing confluence, man. Alignment. Yeah. Dukes of Hazzard. I forget who Johnny Knoxville's friend is in that movie, but he's also it's not James Marsden. He's also a famous actor in the United States. So not Johnny Knoxville. Willie Nelson is celebrating his birthday today. And then the second one is Uma Thurman. Now you should know Uma Thurman. Yes, Uma Thurman, Kill Bill.
Oh, man, Kill Bill.
Kill Bill, yeah, 2-piece, yellow and black.
With John Travolta and Samuel Jackson. It was directed by Quentin Tarantino.
You don't remember Kill Bill?
Uma Thurman. What's that movie? Tissy, help me quickly. You see it, Pulp Fiction. Pulp Fiction? Sure, Mo. Uma Thurman, man, this lady. Next, wow.
I don't know her.
Anyway.
You don't even know Kill Bill, Mo.
Uma Thurman.
When was Kill Bill?
When you were born.
Exactly.
When you and I were born.
Yeah, so
When
Now,
both you and I were born.
now you remember you come back when you and I were born.
Uma Thurman was born on this day in 1970, guys, and is turning 55 years old. Interesting fact about
Didn't she act from the
Uma-
thing that movie? My ex-girlfriend is a super
ex-girlfriend.
My super ex-girlfriend.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes. If you don't know Kill Bill, there's Kill Bill over
With
there.
Owen Wilson's
Then you should know
brother.
my super ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
no, I don't know.
You don't know the movie?
No Fast and the Furious franchise.
Quentin Tarantino. Interesting fact about Uma Thurman is that her breakthrough role came from, I just mentioned it, came from the 1994 movie Pulp Fiction as Mia Wallace that won her an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress. Actress known for her performance in Pulp Fiction and the Kill Bill movies, she took home a Golden Globe Award for Best Actress for her role in the 2003 Hysterically Blindness. In 2019, she began starring in Netflix's Chambers as well as served as a producer on the show. Very interesting stuff. So happy birthday to Uma Thurman. The other one here, let me see if it's second to last birthday that is being celebrated today, is Daniel Day-Lewis. I'll meet Daniel Day-Lewis.
Daniel Day-Lewis.
Yes.
I don't know.
Daniel Day-Lewis was born on this day in 1957. He's as old as my mother. My mother was also born. Hey, these people are, aligning with my family members here.
The hell?
He's turning 68 years today. Interesting fact about Daniel Day-Lewis is that he earned 3 Academy Awards for Best Actor for his roles as Christy Brown in My Left Foot, an oil tycoon in There Will Be Blood, and Abraham Lincoln in Lincoln. Highly acclaimed actor who won Academy Awards for Best Actor for portraying Christy Brown in 1989's My Best Foot. Daniel Plainview in 2007's There Will Be Blood, and Abraham Lincoln in 2012's Lincoln. He also received praise for his roles in Gangs of New York and The Last of the Mohicans. Let me see, Daniel. Yes, I know this guy. Know these people, man. I'm a movie. No, I'm a movie connoisseur. I get it, but I'm a movie connoisseur. And then the last one, Mallory Pugh, was born on this day in 1998. Yes,
Who?
Mallory Pugh. Okay, Lena, this name I don't recognize.
Yeah, I know her.
She's a soccer player.
Hit
She's
me.
aged 20. Hit you.
Hit me.
She's turning 27 today. Interesting fact about her. Soccer player who became...
She played alongside Rapinoe and Alex Morgan.
I don't
in the
know any of those
USA.
people.
Yeah, we don't watch soccer.
Yeah.
Yes, this time now. So interesting fact about this is that a soccer player who became the youngest woman to play for the US in an Olympic qualifier when she appeared in a match in February 2016. Soccer player who became the youngest woman in an Olympic when she appeared in a match in February. A month earlier, she made her national team debut, scoring a goal against Ireland. She was a member of the 2019 World Cup winning US national team.
Yeah.
Very, very cool stuff. So those are the people who should be celebrating their birthdays today, but they were born on this day. So we don't know if they will or they will not. But right here from the Vooka team, we say...
Happy birthday!
Woohoo! Woohoo!
Hooray!
Ah, man, and also happy belated to one and only man.
Hey,
Cat, man.
our one and only
Banji!
was celebrating
Shout
his
out,
birthday
man.
this past Sunday on the
Yeah,
27th of April. Happy belated Cats, my brother. You know we love you and we appreciate you right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. And this one is for you. Hey.
Woohoo!
Hooray! Hooray! Ke mang o mpantshegileng?
Oh,
Very cool
wait.
stuff.
So just before you close off, I have
Yes.
one. Today in music, right? Music history.
Okay.
In 1967, Aretha Franklin releases her single "Respect," written by Otis Redding, Billboard Song of the Year in 1967.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T.
Want you.
R-E-S-P-E-C-T. For me. Hey, man. Aretha Franklin. An icon. You know, she was interviewed once. I saw it on YouTube, and she was like, hey, these kids these days don't know how to sing. Because she was being asked about, female vocalists who were doing R&B at the time, and she was like, these kids can't sing, man. So it was just very interesting for me to find that out. So right here on the Vooka breakfast, there she goes. There's Aretha Franklin. Hey, man, pretty lady. Vocals for days, man. Vocals for days. She was a vocal beast, man. And she's released a number of hits. So right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, you know that we always try to share words with you that are aimed at both improving our day-to-day spoken languages and, of course, ultimately our vocabulary.
There's birthday wishes from Hector.
But let me quickly jump. Yeah, I was doing that. Quickly jump onto our comment section. Spin City coming through. Employers and investors want results and profits. How many companies have been called to task due to inappropriate PPE? Very interesting. And then Zinzi coming through saying, Mina, I'll say never judge a book by its cover. You can be dressed well but not be able to perform your functions adequately, or just dress simple, yet the skills you bring forth are impeccable. Very, very cool stuff. Very cool stuff. And she's absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And then TK coming through saying, hashtag birthday wishes. Yesterday we were celebrating two people's birthday. My cousin Katu, a.k.a. Officer Mike, and Tabang Majaza. I know Katu. Katu is a resident of End of Fire yeah, man. So huge belated birthday today, man.
Shout out.
Yeah. Hip hip, hooray!
Shout out to Officer Katu.
Very
Officer
Officer
Katu and Tabang
Officer
Majaza.
Mike.
Officer
Mike Larry. You know Mike Larry?
Mike Larry.
Who's that?
Hi, Muketi. Hi, Wachana.
So you've never seen Bad Boys?
Hi, Wachana.
Oh,
Mike Larry.
Oh my God.
You know the first Bad Boys, it killed me when they switch roles, and Will Smith has to go in and spend some time at can I remember that guy?
Who?
The guy he acts with in Bad Boys, man.
Martin Lawrence.
Yeah. I'll make it.
Guys, you know the thing,
you must Vooka, man.
The thing is, when I watch movies, I'm more interested on the storyline. Like, to tell you, for most of the time, I have not paid attention to the characters' names. Because it's people like Steven Spielberg, people like who's this guy, man? Christopher Nolan. Yes, man. I'm just amazed and want to focus on, and like, how do they do this thing? Yes, character. Yes, I know you because you're famous, or like, I know this guy, man, from Little Man, and I also spent some time watching our content this side. If you come on, let's review Lokshin Bioscope, man. I'll kill you there. I'll kill you, yeah, man. I absorbed so much, Mzansi's content, and I've seen already. Yeah, there is a huge gap between Mzansi's content and Hollywood. And, but the storylines, man, they are quite interesting and they speak to us. And I gotta tell you, man, when it comes to doing movies, they are coming along. Like, they really coming along.
Who's that? Lokshin Bioscope?
No, like South African
film industry.
In general. Yeah, they're coming along, Shem.
I'm sorry. I don't want
well,
to
they actually are, but
Viva.
I think most of the essay, when it comes to essay film, the one that's like been on up and up is basically the ones that have been produced by Netflix, because they are more, even the quality of the movies, it's much more clearer. The direction of it, the dresses, the locations, they're much more suited for the
improving.
Yes, the graphics are improving.
But for me, content is still more or less the same. We're still watching the same actors. We
unfortunately
watching and being given more or less the same storylines. I see the taxi. ke dingaka ke mjolo le go cheata
It's our culture.
and
though.
culture man
It's our culture.
wena le mang
It's what we wake up to right now. If I can say, go to your Facebook, spend 10 minutes
yes
without
on my
getting. Spend 10 minutes scrolling without getting a post about Smang Mang cheated on Smang Mang. Then I'm gonna say, Hollywood has programmed us, guys. I don't wanna lie.
How so?
They have programmed us to obviously, seeing those huge action movies and the green screen and the blue screen that has
Don't get me wrong.
went on.
They also have a sense of remaining to the same.
But those
Yeah, especially right
far.
now,
They
most of
try
the
to push the
movies they're kind
boundary.
of the same now.
Yeah, but they try to push the boundary as much as they can. They try to, honestly, Mo. I mean, how many movies are there got history? And various ones about different parts of history, different times of history. Runa, the recent one we've had was Shaga, and Shaga Khala le teng. Khala story sa Shaga Sibuyo. The one thing I appreciated about Ilembe was the effort that was put into that production. Production was crazy. Crazy, from costume to the language that they used in terms of sentence construction, one understand the aesthetic, the graphics, the level of talent in terms of the actors that were in that production. It was crazy. But other than that,
I mean, yes,
They went-
with Shaga, it speaks of the rich history that South Africa has. Because remember, when you speak about production, one of the directors that were doing, I think it's something CH Yakamo. They have been looking into how rich your history is as a country, because Lerona, their producing is quite good.
Yeah.
And most of our production is being bought. Yes, Netflix is taking now. It's taking, and somehow they're changing it into the narrative that we have been bought into, which is Hollywood. They're trying to bring that into our own production, because ours is more of storytelling. Look at Sarafina, for example. Look at Yizo. It's more of the production that we need in today's, series.
Storyline, yes, but
movies.
production.
Storyline,
What
but
we-
production we don't, man.
Production needs to be of high quality more. That's why Hollywood is so big, because production level is crazy and out of this world. One understand that they really pull you and drag you into the world that they are creating. I mean, testament to it for me personally is Marvel, man. I'm a huge Marvel fan. Huge MCU fan, man. And I feel like I want to live in that world, man. Where there's Doctor Strange, where there is Wonder Woman and all of those things.
Plus, they
Like,
have a new movie coming out on Thursday, Thunderbolt.
the Thunderbolts. This is like, I can't wait. I don't even want to go into it because I'm going to spoil it for myself. But we have been talking for a while. So what you can look forward to right after the break when we pay our bills is Word of the Day. It's going to be an interesting one because you know that this is what we do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blink-1 Network. 38 minutes past the hour, 9 o'clock. This is 22 minutes before we hit the 10 o'clock mark on a Tuesday morning, the 29th of April. So before we give you the Word of the Day, let's quickly run to the loo, grab a glass of water, pay our bills, and you and I will see each other right after this cool stuff.
Escape the ordinary and discover the extraordinary with Swell Appeal Tours. Whether you're a group of friends or a family looking for a memorable getaway, Swell Appeal Tours has you covered. Our all-inclusive tours take you to South Africa's most stunning destinations, from the scenic beauty of Mpumalanga to the vibrant life of Gauteng and the coastal charm of Durban.
Come on, man. This is what we do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, giving you content that is aimed at, being educational, informative, and of course, knowledge giving. And what we do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show is try to have conversations that are all encompassing, compelling, and of course, thought provoking, so that we can have scintillating conversations. The time right about now is 20 minutes before the 10 o'clock mark on a Tuesday morning. TC, yes, it's Musi Mist speaking. You had your things inside. I thought maybe you're like, how Musi Mist giving us the proper stuff. Yeah, man. And it was a Tuesday morning, the 29th of April, 2025. Like I said before the show, before the break. Before we went for the break, I was going to give you the word of the day, but you're still hanging out with me, the one and only MOOCEE Mist. My name is Musi Mist. I so could not be happier to be both in your company and in your presence on this Tuesday morning. Look, the weather has been behaving these past couple of days. I was so excited and pleased on Sunday, Afriberry, when the weather was just like behaving and on our side. Kets, I don't know how you celebrated your birthday, but the weather was on point, my brother. It was, hey man, I was giving, man. I was so happy because I was so nervous for the ish. Tandi so anong pula ina mole, you know, man, it was going to be man, it's Tandi so, but no, it's wet and it's cold and it's no, man.
Mara, trust me, you were going to see, you know, the reaction from the crowd when it's raining, because I will tell you, when we were at the rain show, my friend, instead of people running, because people are like, no, people were running, no,
on Monday,
when they ran away,
people were coming to stage.
They were coming to stage.
People were coming to the stage.
Yeah. So it's nice when you're feeling the music. The rest, man, you shut the noise.
I never.
Man.
I could not. I never.
No, I'd rather have flu.
Nah, bro. Nope. No.
Mapuma.
Why is it flu? Last time 4 weeks.
I'll drink a coffee leaks times 10. I'd rather die.
In
fact, yo, guys, like the, you know, your concerts like Travis Scott. I remember Adele made this concert go London, bruh. Oh, it was raining and it was cold. You know that when it's cold outside, you will die of hypothermia. Bruh, people stay, man. Yo, you've been on my mind.
I never. No thanks. Can miss me.
Pela, when they're staying at that time, they're also making sure that you also don't see the tears. Pela, it's their time for me to cry, you won't see anything.
Music is
because now it's raining at that time.
No, I couldn't.
The only thing that can stop, you know, most of the things, you know, the weather, heavy rainfall, it's music, man. Even there's lightning, we're not going anywhere.
Coming from myself as a performing artist, myself as a musician, as a singer, myself, I never.
So now you would rather leave your fans right there.
Yes, absolutely.
I
mean, okay.
Hey guys,
maybe I wouldn't. But like, no, man. Like, hey guys, no. I'll make another day.
There's the footage. It's raining. She's also even working in the rain and performing.
In Munich, man. Yo, bro, people stayed there, man. Like it was warming to watch this, bro. Oh,
I mean, I'd probably stay, you know, to give my fans what they paid for.
Yeah.
But I know that I'm not gonna love it.
Oh, this is after she lost weight.
The thing. I'm not gonna enjoy it. But if I'm in the audience, if I'm an audience member, I would go for cover. I'd go for cover. But anyway, yeah, man, that's what happened on Sunday, where the weather was absolutely behaving and on our side. So the word of the day is aimed at both you and I, improving our day-to-day spoken languages and, of course, ultimately our vocabularies. And so this morning is no exception whatsoever. Mm-hmm. And we have a very cool word. And the word for today is, I had it here, man. Oh, there we go. The word for today is
Say it, my brother.
No, man, I almost read the wrong word. Like a true AC politician. I never, like in Tatolo Wadi Hawks. When I'm my baby,
wow.
I'm sorry, guys. The 5 days at Rain Show were crazy, man. It was just too crazy. We experienced so much. And we're still going to share that content with you guys. Don't worry, we have you. Like from the interactions.
The contact is galore.
Cats and I had very interesting interactions. And Mo and myself, you know, the last day on Monday, we had very interesting interactions. So the word for today is spacious. We'll find the correct pronunciation.
Spacious.
Not spacious. Not spacious.
Having space. When you walk around.
No, it's not. It's not having space. Mr. B, I'm sure we'll do the second sentence example, right? So the definition for the word spacious is appearing legitimate, but actually being spurious. And you would know that spurious is a word that we've used as a word of the day. So the definition for the word spacious is appearing legitimate, but actually being spurious. And how you spell the word spacious is S-P-E-C-I-O-U-S. That's S-P-E-C-I-O-U-S. It is appearing legitimate, but actually being spurious. And how you can use this word in a sentence is as follows. His excuse sounded good at first, but it was actually a specious lie. His excuse sounded good at first, but it was actually a specious lie. Very, very cool stuff. Talk to me, everybody. You seem like you're contemplating here. You're in your thoughts. What are you thinking?
Me, I told you. Me, I only know simple English now. I don't understand this bullshit.
Spacious.
Maybe what's now?
Spacious is appearing legitimate, but actually being spurious.
So spacious is the definition of a makwapen.
No.
What?
If you get the abstract of it.
No.
Because they appear to be legitimate, but they are very spacious at the time.
Okay.
Do you know?
Yeah, but that's very far. Like it has to be contextually constructed. You understand? It has
As
to be.
he was walking into a room with a lady by his hand, she made herself seem like the spacious object that she isn't.
Yeah, wait. I Mr. Pino. Angeke. So the TC. Did you hear that? Repeat the happy African Warren.
As he was walking into a room
with a lady
in his arm.
Yes.
She twirled around and made herself seem like the spacious person she isn't.
A spacious person she isn't.
Me, my English will confuse the enemy, Baba.
Hey. Spacious person.
I get it, she made herself TC. I get this spacious. It has to do with something that is like legitimate, right? So basically, appearing to be legitimate,
but
yeah.
spurious.
So guess basically, he said teach by pele patine, and my tati lumunta kono ya pronka ngati vele main wife kanti it is.
That's like your analogy is Mo, talk to me. Spacious, appearing legitimate, but actually being spurious. And what spurious means, if I can remind you very quickly, you're reading, of course, you're shabeling from wherever you are trending from. Spurious means not being what it purports. You remember
Purport.
Titi, you remember when you did this word? Not being what it purports to be. This is being false or fake. Yes, so that's the definition for spurious, right? So, specious means appearing legitimate, but actually being spurious, being false or fake, not what it purports to be. So, how would you use this word in a sentence?
So instead of so
TikTok says misleading. Yes,
because appearing to be misleading people. I would use that. I'll use the word as a concept rather than using it specious. So I would say, in my years of smoking, I have gained knowledge. Smoking cigarette.
Yes.
I've gained knowledge, and my ventromedial prefrontal cortex has grown to bits.
Okay.
It has grown massively by just smoking cigarettes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, where's the word though in that sentence?
I get I'm misleading you. telling you that.
Or you're being suspicious.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm misleading you. I'm just
with what you're saying.
throwing those big weights.
Please repeat that one more time. Come on, Mo.
So in my years of smoking
cigarettes,
yes, my knowledge has grown, and the part of my brain called the ventromedial prefrontal cortex,
yes,
has improved.
Yes.
In so many ways.
Oh yes. Forms, shapes, and manners.
Yes.
But that would be you being spacious.
That will be
hey,
me.
Man. Okay, Mo. Coming through for us. I mean, look, man.
You still haven't told us how you're going to use it.
The sentence came up with me that I gave. Do you want me to read it one more time? Guys, maybe we've never told our viewers and our listeners these words that we do on a day-to-day basis. I come up with these words. I research and look up these words and give them to the people. TC, am I lying? That's why TC always says that instead of Mo, the people should rely on me for pronunciation. We'll check the correct pronunciation for this word.
And you guys always get lost in translation when I say things because you don't have a poetic limb within you.
No. Just because we're not poets. There was a time you were not here.
Yes, in your time.
I saw you. I saw that. Ogolmang, pronouncer for Gateng. Ogoltag. Hey. Ogoltag. We always say Ogoltag, but it's Ogoltag. So, Afriberry, there was a day that you were not here, right? Kate was still with us at the time, and she was very surprised that myself and Mr. B used to be people who were lyricists in our day.
But then you should understand half of what I say. Yeah, or maybe it's because I say it in a very super jumbled up way that
the analogies that you use from time to time.
Very shocking.
No, not shocking, but far. You take the context.
Me, I want you to think very deep.
Nah, it's not even about thinking deep because they're not. Honestly, they're not that deep. Not that you're not deep yourself, but they're not that deep. It's just that contextually, sometimes like
she's shallow.
I don't say that. That's you.
Oh, wow.
I have to think for a second.
Out here throwing shade. Look at you.
I have to think. But yeah, man, in my day, I used to spit bars, man. Mr. B also, he's not called Lyric Banele for no reason, man. He used to be a lyricist, man.
Lyricism, man.
I used to jump on that mic, man. Where do you think the name Mist comes from? Before I was Musi Mist the musician, I was Mist the spitter,
mystical
man.
creature.
My brew, and mystical, not MYS. But MIST, Mist, my bro.
A mist that became a communist.
My brew, no. But yes, I because I am a history lover.
Yeah.
And I did history in school, so humanities is communism is not a bad thing in our age, in our time. Most Steve Biko, I always wear that shirt of mine. TC knows that I'm a.
No worries,
Viva la
I guess
raza.
Steve Biko.
Now we are rasa.
So I used to spit back in the day, man. Afriberry, mystery calibrating, re-grabbing the mic once again as in kid from the west side representing. Can you feel the raft? Up on this mic, I'm trying to figure out where to start, and I'm drawing a blank. Being tongue-tied and lips glued together with nothing coming out. It's like a bar shooting blanks. I'm a two-legged encyclopedia with a good-looking face to go with that. I spit rhymes so infectious. I've been known to be the cause of worldwide massacres. I'm a cosmic sensation coming from the fifth dimension. Hey, come on, like my bro. I used to spit everybody. So when you come with your poetic side,
which buzzer did you press?
No, man. Right close to each other, but I used to spit Afriberry, and from time to time, when I watch movies like 8 Mile, there's another one I forget, a very inspirational movie. It's poetry based. So whenever I consume that, no, not that one. Straight Outta Compton, no.
Poetic Justice.
No, I forget the name of that movie. I'll bring it up. Movie review on a Thursday. Whenever I watch those movies, I get inspired, and I'll go back to my notepadding and sketch something, requale. So Mist was, before Mist, the jazz musician, I was Mist, the spitter, man. Like, I was one of the youngest MCs, Kodi Saifing, whenever we used to expose.
Thank you very much. I told you.
But as a 25-year-old, I used to be the youngest back then in the day. So let's quickly find the pronunciation for the word spacious, because turning Merkets Afriperi don't trust, especially Merkets, right? You are not trusting the pronunciation for the word spacious.
Yeah.
Now I'm in a position where I can't even bet because the last time
for me it sounded like you said species.
I'm in a position where now I can't trust my own pronunciation now. Because of that one time, remember TC, where I mispronounced. Never. Versus you. I never. Okay, let's listen to the pronunciation of the word.
Tetamlu.
Specious.
Oh, specious. Let's listen one more time.
Specious.
I've been saying species.
I never.
But I was close to being. I said the room is spacious. So I'm going to replace the A with an E. Go back to your recording. Go back. Rewind.
Okay. Yes. I have it right here.
It's spacious.
You said spacious.
Right? No, it's spacious.
No, when I said the word, you said spacious.
Hence, Spin City comes back. The word is pronounced species, as in like species, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Species. Is it species? It's species. Hi guys.
What are you saying?
Species. Species, right? Species.
Yeah. But you said spacious.
No, I said spacious first.
Yes.
And then I realized there was an E.
Yes.
Then I said
it's an E, not an A.
Species.
Did you say species?
Yes.
Fair, I'll give it to you.
Yeah, I know. When I'm right, the room gets cold.
So we have, wow, look at you. So we have a comment here says, so if someone who is buying a round of drinks, spending money they don't have, misleading people that they have money, are they specious? Absolutely.
Yes.
Because you're appearing to be legitimate in terms of, your finances, right, and the amount of money that you have, but you are misleading us. You're being specious and not being legitimate. And absolutely. I'm assuming, Mr. B, this is a comment coming from TikTok, right? Do we have a name of? Because I can't access the TikTok here in front of me. Do you have a name of the person? Risa.
Yeah.
Is it Risa? Risa. We appreciate your interaction and keep hanging out with us and commenting, man. Mr. B is laughing. Let me see what's happening here.
Yeah, on TikTok.
Bukhosi saying our government was specious to the nation about the VAT increase.
Wow, that's
deep,
right. That's valid, right?
Yeah, because they misled people there.
And Bukhosi, we were out there with him on Sunday, man. We'll quickly show you the interaction that we had with him. That guy was having fun, man.
Hey, Baba.
Mr. B, TC, can I tell you that there was a point where he was now asking people to have interviews with us as if he works for the Vooka breakfast show. It's like, hey, Musi, man, hey, should I ask this person? Yeah, no, it's my sister. We have a show here, Vooka breakfast show. Can you quickly come? Hey, he was having fun, man.
Musi, you see, I see that one. You know the best one, ne? Because who know you, they will laugh at this one. Hi is when he pulled out a bobo to ask for numbers.
No.
You see that one? I was like, my guy,
those small phones.
The confidence you got in you, man. You know what? Peace out, bro. Peace out. And in full confidence, it's like, yeah, let me have your numbers. You said you are spending where? Okay. Yeah, it's 0. I left after that one.
But it's a very, very cool guy. You'll quickly see his interaction. But Celtic comes through again saying, look at you, Musi. Buzz for days. Yeah, man, I'll give you buzz for days, my bro. I will give you. Here's
Bukhosi about to show you who Bukhosi is. That's
I used to give bars for days.
Apparently, a lot of guys who used to, spit bars, they are behind them now.
Where are you getting this information from?
That's because he used to spit bars. You don't want to pop for more, huh?
No, it's not a pop moment. It's not.
Jealous down.
It's not a pop moment.
Funa kumakhaza zokutshela ukuthi jealous down.
It's not a pop moment. Mr.
They
V, can we
locked
hear
up, they
the
won't let
interaction
them out.
quickly? If we can play the volume, or can we not? Is it not possible? A bit later on, no worries. But as you saw on Okochai, right, the Celtic was with us, Bukhosi was with us at 250 on Cedar, not 250 again.
Celtic.
Yes, Celtic.
Celtic.
250 on Cedar.
Celtic, because na favor Punya Selesele, na favor Bloemfontein Celtics. Back in the day.
Oh, that group no more.
Yeah, so he was, he's affectionately known as Celtic.
I thought Nafiva Jomo Cosmos.
Nah, man, Nafiva Celtics, Bloemfontein Celtics. And so he's known as Punya Selesele, but I'm Mushebili, get Celtic, you buffet too. So, yeah, man. I know that I had something for you guys here. And this is, I think Spin City will find this one very interesting, Mr. B. The list that she sent me. So there's a list here, guys, of foreign nationals who are working at the University. At the University of Pretoria, at Tux. And, some of the names that are coming up here.
Let us help you pronounce them. Let's see.
Tarariro Sekeremai
David Iko, Clement Agiemang, Foluso Adegalu, Dennis Antwi, Rutendo Chinomora, Tomiwa Lori, Keriko Odada, Auma Somio, Lydia Chibwe, Jared Gekombe, Eduardo Capapelo, Victoria Amiachi, Yanet Gbam, Abi Ashenafi, Elvis Fokala, Nkata Morungu, Michael Nyako, Ahmed Sayad, Samuel Chamboko. All of these foreigners, 20 of them are occupying jobs which South Africans should have.
For me, it's Nkata. The name, Baba. And then Chamboko.
Honkata Morungu.
The first name Ngata, and then the last one somewhere the Chamboko. Oh my God.
Yeah, man. I mean,
I see that one.
They say these foreigners are illegally employed at the University of
Pretoria. But what are they doing? As they're saying that they're occupying jobs that should be, occupied by South Africans. Are they in high positions at the university? Are they working in proper offices where they are interacting with students and anyone who's coming through the university, from parents and guardians and students and all of those things? Or are they being manipulated into working these not so great jobs that we know that as South Africans, a whole lot of us don't want to have? This is from being a lady who works in the kitchen, to being the guy who maintains the premises or the yard, to being the lady who cleans up the what do you call them? Where you excuse yourself, right?
The laboratory.
No, there's another one. TC, give it to me.
No, you can laugh.
You excuse yourself.
Amenities. Come on, TC.
In the laboratory.
No, literally. A toilet used to be called laboratory, Mo, as you're laughing. That's like the proper way.
Lab or lav?
Lavatory.
Oh. No, go level 3 years, but it's the laboratory.
Yeah, but
so, no, I think more laboratory.
No, I had you saying where you excuse yourself. I hear most of the people that say, please excuse me, I'm going to the bathroom, to the loo, things like that.
And then you heard me say,
laboratory.
Yeah, laboratory. Yeah,
but in a way, in all honesty, whether they're occupying high-level positions or not, them being hired illegally says a lot about the work system that we have and the fact of and how unemployment works on itself. These people are supposed to be having work permits. Why are the work permits not being checked? Especially because it's not a South African. No, these days, there's a lot of companies, not even you tax only alone. Even corporate companies have people who do not have work permits working there.
But my thing is this list aimed at, or is it coming from a point where they're saying that these people are occupying jobs?
Yeah.
Proper.
Yeah, like lectures,
Yeah, we should actually be getting that first.
Or what do you call this thing? Working in the office, admin office, you know. But we can confirm this a bit later on. I try to verify what all of these people, what jobs and titles and roles they play at the university. So. Spin City coming through on YouTube saying jealousy. So he's saying I was jealous.
Jealousy down.
Not giving you the pop. And Katz is agreeing. He also wanted that pop for you. Saying nice one, Mo. TK1990 also saying nice punchline, Mo. Bukhosi coming through saying no, I'm a Pirates fan. Celtic came from Marcelwa, Sele.
Yeah.
Very fascinating. And then he's also agreeing, saying nice punchline, Mo.
Yeah.
Ouch, Mo. Zinzi also
hard
coming
work.
through, saying Mo being an aspiring comedian. Nice one.
It's hard work.
And then Bukhosi, it's so not hard work. You don't have to think and work hard for this one.
Jealousy down.
Bukhosi coming through saying movie review G20. Don't forget, guys.
Yeah, man, that movie G20, man. I think this year, if I'm not mistaken,
G20.
released this year. Yeah, they actually doing the G20 summit, if I'm not mistaken.
In that movie.
Yeah, I think they're infiltrating it. They're trying to, but I haven't got into much. But I've seen it once already. There was that movie G20. So definitely a movie that we need to review, man.
Yeah.
After we've watched it, of course.
Yeah. I'm trying to access it here and see if I can, see what you guys are talking about, because this is the first time I've heard of it. TC, I don't know. You and I are both
G20
movie connoisseurs.
Yeah, when they say G20, I was literally thinking about the actual summit itself.
Yeah.
Not G20, a movie.
It's about.
I'm seeing Olivia. This lady. Who's that lady, man? TC. Olivia.
The one from Suicide
Viola
Squad.
Davis. Get that, Olivia. Viola Davis is there. Sorry. Suicide Squad.
Yeah.
Which Suicide Squad? The first one or the second one?
No, the second one.
Oh, the first one with Will Smith, where Will Smith is Deadshot. Yeah, Viola Davis is the person who has to be saved.
No, isn't it the second one, not the first one?
The first one. The second one is Idris Elba and John Cena. The second one, where I know my movies, my bro. You wanna bet? Quickly, before the research, Sasha Baket, Shabana, Taka Kwano, do you wanna bet?
Look at me. Amano.
The second one, that's where they have the shark and that fish, the fish aliens. Do you wanna bet?
Yeah,
Repeat.
but that's where Viola Davis appears on that one.
The first one. Do you wanna bet?
You literally just said the second one is where they have the shark. And again, Viola Davis.
Can't hear.
But you literally just said
Okay,
it.
but do you wanna
named
bet,
the
though?
character from the second
Do you wanna bet? Before
installment.
you check it up, Mr. B, do you wanna bet?
Rebecca Mpam.
Do you wanna bet? I know the pronunciation. We're talking movies now. This is my world. Do you wanna bet?
I cannot tell it.
Do you wanna bet? Okay, let's bet a felon. Bragging
Okay.
rights. Do you wanna bet?
Sharp,
The first one
okay.
is where there's Will Smith. There is that lady who plays Harley
Quinn.
Margot Robbie. It has Viola Davis as the person who's being saved. It has that guy Wale Sole, I forget his name, but he's been in other movies.
El Diablo.
It has
The
that
guy
lady,
is one man.
that lady Wawich Ole. Do you wanna bet? It has Diablo, that guy who can turn into like a devil-shaped thing. Do you still wanna bet?
No. Come to think of that. You're correct.
My bro,
Wave of it.
I know my movies like the back of my hand, Afri. I will never lead you astray, my bro. And I know how to connect movies. The second one is Idris Elba, John Cena, that rat lady, the shark guy.
It also had the guy with the thing outside the ball.
Yes, that's the second one. So G20 Celtic will absolutely take time to watch it. I mean, this is the first time I'm hearing about the movie, and I'll take time and watch it and review it. It's a crazy. I know, Kat, you also consume. It's a crazy. So Kat is confirming that it's a crazy movie. I mean, if Viola Davis is there, it must be a proper one. So I'm trying to see who else is starring in that movie in terms of cast. But we'll take time. We'll take
Do
time.
they even have South African people acting the G20, man? And then after it's about South Africa. Let's start there, man. You know, I never understand these movies where you have things that kind of affect South Africa, but then you don't have a single South African actor literally representing that part.
Man? Capella.
Man,
Or
Is that South
Customer.
There should be South African actors, man. But yeah, man, it seems like a cool movie.
Zinzimni.
But yeah, Celtic, well, thank you for that movie review recommendation. We'll absolutely get on it and bring it back to you on a Thursday. And then Mbali coming through saying, love the show, team. Hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show. Mbali also saying, happy 50th show or episode, guys. Come on.
50-50, man.
So you should have seen the trailer of the movie on your screen as we were discussing it. And then Abanele saying illegally employed. I doubt. So he's saying that they are probably being misused and manipulated because they are illegally employed at the university. But like I said, we'll go and do our research and come back with the thing.
Don't they have an embassy in South Africa that they could go to?
They probably got in the country illegally, so they have no leg to stand on in terms of going to. And then TK saying, Musi, you still have it. Come on, my bro. This is what the mist does.
Yeah.
This is what the mist does, man. To this day, man. You
Look
know,
at you.
When we were driving out to the ranch show, TC was complaining. I mean, what did you expect, my bro?
No, man,
the sunlight was interrupting and disturbing me, man, because I'm of the night. I'm of the night, man. I'm of the night. And then Ace Wang coming through saying, great show, guys. Insightful conversations you had today. Absolutely. These are conversations that are all-encompassing, compelling, and of course thought-provoking, aimed at both you and I and the rest of the team, gaining so much information, knowledge, and of course education. Scintillating conversations. Sisi, you remember the other day when we were watching? Because this is where TV or radio, this is where radio meets TV, right here, only on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network, man. Very cool stuff. And then Zinzim is saying, it's an amazing movie directed by Viola Davis. It's good to see a couple of South African actors in that movie as well. So there we go. There are South African actors. Saying the G20 movie. Bukhosi saying this is a lot. And then I'm assuming he's also assuming and concurring with what Uzins is saying, that there are South African actors in that movie. So very cool stuff. So we'll be sure to watch it. Absolutely try to make time and check it out and see what it's about. I mean, of course, if these...
Yeah, man. So a short film synopsis is, when terrorists take over the G20 summit, the US President Daniel Sutton uses her governing and military experience to defend her family, fellow leaders, and the world.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Very cool stuff.
So you staring,
Yeah.
When I'm posting what a gun or something. I mean, I'm seeing Anthony Anderson is in there, Ramon Rodriguez, Masai Martin, very cool people, man. Sabrina Impaciatore. Hey, amen.
Impaciatore.
Impaciatore. Not Impacia. La rata Impanci. La rata Impanchech. Anthony Starr is also there. Douglas Dodge is a good actor as well. Clark Gregg. You know who Clark Gregg is? Clark Gregg is that guy who used to take care of Tony Stark's things in
Iron Man. Yeah.
First Avengers. He was shot. He wanted the signature from Captain America on his cards, on his playing cards. Yeah, so that's the guy. So there's some cool people, man. In Nokolo Dlamini. You know who Nokolo Dlamini is?
Nokolo
Dlamini is from Shawela.
Okay.
Nokolo Dlamini, I met Nokolo in 2019, and she played the title character of Sarafina when it was playing at Joburg Theatre in 2019. So I'm not sure about this year's one because auditions came out I think a month ago for Sarafina for this year's run.
Yeah.
No, she wasn't in Black Panther. But yeah, she's an amazing actor. Like, amazing performing artist. Yeah, she's an amazing performing artist. I mean, it says here she plays the role of Lesedi. And then Theo Bongani Njalvane. Hey, Njalvane. But he's also there playing the role of Meloguhle. So there's quite a few people I'm seeing here, man. Angela Sarafian is also there. I've seen her in a couple of movies as well as part of the cast. So it promises, it looks like it's going to be a good one. It promises to be a good movie. So I can't wait to watch that one. So thank you guys. And of course, man, if there are some movies that you would like us to review, guys, on a Thursday, because I haven't given you guys a movie recommendation or movie review in quite some time. I think in almost 2 months now. Throw them my way. I'll go and watch and come back with a review and a recommendation. Closing out, guys, any last thoughts on your...
In terms of closing out, there's, another comment in terms of the G20, right? But before Mbalim Niare, Tata team, hashtag Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yay.
Tata Lento. And then our topic for another day, the G20 is happening in SA at Nasrec. What if the movie is telling us about... what is about to happen, right? Remember the guilt bypass theory? They have to tell so they avoid karmic law.
I mean, it's a very valid point.
It speaks to that movie that was Contagion.
Yeah.
That spoke about the virus that is going to hit us. And it depicted exactly what was going to
happening
happen.
in the world.
People needed to isolate,
stock up.
Things like that. So I think with the G20, man, it's a movie that we need to watch.
I mean, it's we always laugh at The Simpsons and take it for granted. But guys, if The Simpsons released episodes in 95 that are of things that are happening in 2018 and in 2025,
they released their Pope. Their Pope.
Guys,
predicting how
Pope.
Come on.
What and Shapa was when Donald Trump was on the escalator. The escalator. I'm like, guys, how did you know this? But also, it begs the question, before I give you a chance to Afripere, it begs the question, right, that how do we know that the powers that be are not pulling the strings and they're doing exactly what Banel is talking about? And then we view it as the Simpsons predicting things that have happened. Let's release this and then we're going to do this. I mean, there's a whole lot of factors and variables that, as you can see on your screens, the Contagion. 2020 movie, coronavirus, man. It begs a whole lot of questions. I mean, let's for example look at AIDS, right? AIDS is like a scab, right? And this was aimed at it being genocide, as well as coronavirus. Coronavirus was also produced, manufactured in a lab somewhere, and aimed at it being genocide. I mean, in our own country, in South Africa, they were like, we have dug up 1 million graves. Mang, really million.
And then I like the fact that everybody is free in South Africa. Vaccine. Otherwise,
but you know what I like, man? Like there are people who have information about these things. James Cameron, guys, we are sleeping on that guy, man.
Who's James Cameron?
Director Avatar. And
Avatar, blue or Avatar the
guys,
last Airbender.
if you watch Way of the Waters, man, what he did there, man, yes.
I couldn't tell you. It was. Did you watch
the second one?
The second one, the second Avatar.
And they're supposed to release the third one this year.
That we waited.
It's already there.
10
the
years.
Third one. They've shot the third one, so he said they're just doing some touch ups and then they're going to release. You can't fight Lebo Tom Cruise, about Dead Reckoning and Fast and the Furious. So he's waiting for the right time. But what he did, man, on Way of Waters, man,
I couldn't finish it.
It speaks to what people have always been saying when they say there's life, man, underwater.
I see. He's done Titanic, Avatar, Alita, Battle Angel, Terminator, Judgment Day, Terminator, Dark Fate.
James knows something we don't, man.
Solaris.
He does.
Ghost of Bipower of Abyss.
Hey, man.
I see. Yeah, Mo. So do you feel like he has knowledge and information that most of us don't have?
He has, man. He has, because with the making of Titanic, there was a documentary that they shot. Dave went under the sea to look for the shipwrecks of Titanic, but they didn't find most parts of it because they said some of it was covered, yes, by the soil and whatever that was down there underwater. But when you look at that documentary, man, some of the things and the process that it took to shoot Titanic, oh man,
Too crazy.
that's why I love the behind the scene. Every time when the movie is shot, the process and the script writing that goes in there.
In James Cameron's movies.
Yo, it's hectic, man.
Yeah.
It's hectic. It's hectic.
So he actually does docues of basically the behind the scenes
Yeah.
of what inspired him to shoot the movie, the
Yes.
whole process. I didn't know that.
Like he releases it from each like Gadi parts. He releases everything, but with its own parts. Even with Avatar, they released the behind the scenes that they
When they did the water scenes and
yeah,
stuff. I saw
all
those.
of them. They released all of them.
You know, that one looked very interesting for me, but I couldn't finish it. I don't know. It didn't
yeah,
connect
it's
for
long.
me.
Yo.
I don't mind
think
long.
it's like what 3 to 2 hours, ne?
3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah, I
It's a 3 hour long
slept
movie.
halfway through it.
I was looking forward to it, you know, seeing
Yeah.
about what, Kat? No, I don't mind. No. It's get Africa. I don't mind 3 hour long movies. I mean, I've consumed.
In fact, we
But
watched
I'm
all of
being
the
honest.
I did Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
Lord
had
of the Rings, Baba, you-
back in the
I
days of
watched-
nativity.
Yes, I watched back to back. I Harry Potter like the whole thing, like
man,
from the
I-
first one
Harry
until
Potter's
the
not long,
last
man.
one.
Harry Potter's
No, I'm
not
not saying
long.
it's not long, but watching all of them, the Harry Potter, like watching the entire
Series.
Harry Potter franchise, it's basically almost equivalent to those 3 hours plus 4 hours, if I'm not correct. But then what I'm saying is that I slept. I was super tired when I watched it, so I slept halfway through, and I love Avatar. So yes, I do plan on going back to watch it again. I'm even in sync with the fact that there's a third one coming out. So I know that before that third one comes out, I need to finish the second one first.
Look, I was looking forward to Zoe Saldana and that guy, I forget his name, who plays the husband now,
yeah.
and the leader of the what Anakata or among those people, those blue people.
clan.
Yeah, I was looking forward to it. You know, shifting from because now the jungle anybody was destroyed and stuff like that. So now they are people of the water now. You know, it looked crazy.
But
you know.
it took a while for them.
The trailer looked crazy, but
Didn't get
once I saw in the movie, that's that soldier Ole. Wasca Ole. He's coming back, and now he's also an avatar. I'm like, I know, no. They lost me on that. Honestly speaking, they lost me. Like, aren't you exploring something else? So now the fight is still continuing.
No, I think you see when they show that he's an avatar. Remember that they showed with him. I think he played the character Michael, the husband there, because in order for him, the only reason that he ended up becoming an avatar is because the DNA sequence of his brother fitted the avatar that had been created.
I get that.
And with the guy Scarface, they had already made an avatar already, and he'd been already stacking up memories that were gonna go to his avatar. So that means that eventually he's gonna leave his human body, and transition to
I
the
get
avatar.
that. But for me, they lost
To
me. on the-
Pandora.
They lost me on the plot, man. It's like we're still fighting the same thing. Maybe I need to go back and be objective about watching it. Try to watch it with an
That's why
objective.
when it comes to storylines and hey man, it's what interests me most of the time, because what he did here, it's deep. It's way too deep, especially when you're following people, the tribes that we're not exposed to, what we're not exposed to. It's things that, Bo Cameron, they would go out, man, and go into the deepest jungles, man, and research and come back with this information and bring it into what we call motion pictures today, man.
Because when you look at this and when you think about the different indigenous tribes that are actually out there living within the Amazon itself, and then you look at Avatar, it kind of gives you a bit of an insight of what tribes are actually out there within the Amazon, and that they could actually be a water tribe. And there actually is, but that one is like close to the the Thailand border. Originally, they originate from China and then transitioned into Thailand, and they're kind of being treated otherwise because they literally live their lives on boats, 24/7. Their own boats. The only time they go and land or interact with people within the Thailand country itself, it's if they want to trade their fish for rice, and then after that they go back into their own little world.
Amen.
And just do their own thing there.
Amen.
I mean, look at what DC Comics did and Marvel and the MCU did with, Black Panther 2. The people from the water who live underwater, the antagonist of Black Panther 2. With DC, we have Aquaman, of course, who is said to have been deriving from what do they call it?
Half and half Atlantia.
Yes.
Atlantia.
Yes, Atlantis. So I don't know, man. Very, very interesting. So yeah, it's things like that we have to look into. Tembi Mngwe coming through saying, "Great show, team. I love and." Bless for the rest. Oh, be blessed for the rest of the day. Thank you. And then Banana is saying, can we bring Coco?
Coco in?
I'm not gonna read this. I'm not. I'm not gonna read this. 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 So Banana is saying, can we bring Coco Slindile to talk about life underwater? What you see? We crouch like cats. We know what manzini. We don't crouch like cats. We don't want to rappel like what having. I need to tell you what you see. So guys, thank you for hanging out with us. So I'm trying to find something very quickly for you. That is speaking about Freedom Day. Freedom Day, and what it means to both you and I, and of course, everyone else in our country, because Sunday, the 27th, or rather the 27th of April, is a day where we commemorate all things Freedom Day. Yeah. Besides, guys, having spent it at 250 on Cedar, how do you usually spend your Freedom Days? Everybody?
Okay.
Normally I'm at home, right? But then, not last year before last, I got to celebrate my Freedom Day at the SABC studios when I was invited for an interview and to come and do a poem based on freedom. So during that performance, yes, I did touch on Vele, us being free and all of that. But then I also touched on the fact that when it comes to societal and cultural norms at this moment, the things that should just be left alone and just not be touched, but unfortunately just keep on being touched. But for me, normally I just celebrate Freedom Day at home with the family, and obviously the oldies reminiscing on how freedom is for them, what it used to be, and they also do converse with us on basically how we see freedom as it is right now. So I come from a family that kind of allowed me to become opinionated about what freedom is for me, hence I'm like very super insightful when it comes to freedom itself and what it means for me in general.
Yeah, man, yeah. With me, I think back in primary school, they fostered this culture of us going back and looking at what was a regular citizen in South Africa struggling with and compare it to where you are now. It was a task that we've done that, okay, yes, people were struggling with accessibility of water, electricity, but now, how do you differentiate it and how do you appreciate that, compared to what was happening back in the days? And they taught us that we need to look for solutions, to build a brighter future for ourselves. Yeah. Because now we are fighting to fix and come up with solutions for struggles we didn't create. So we were taught that, guys, you guys need to come up with your own way of living and making sure that if we foster this culture, the generation that is coming, they would never speak about South Africa's history or how people were struggling. Thanks to podcasts now, I spend most of my time, especially there's this channel called Unpopular Opinion. Ah, man. You know, when they come there, but I loved last year's episode where there was Jack no Vula. Yes, yeah, that episode. No Vooka, yes. I love that episode when he spoke about black people in general, man, going back to Amasiko, you know, and how the principle of culture have built today's men and men back then, you know, compared to men that we have today. So yeah, with that, man, with celebrating it, it's people who say, guys, instead of let's talk about what is happening now and let's fix our problem. What's not being spoke about is, if we speak about freedom, are you free mentally? Because people are suffering from mental health. Let's raise those issues. Let's raise awareness on that. From there, that's us expressing ourselves that we are free to come and have solutions to the problems that we have, modern problems. Back then, they couldn't have those groups where they could meet, because when you meet, it was like, hey, you guys are plotting something against the government. But now we can meet in places, speak, Bua Manna, you know, those kind of initiatives that are being brought now to say freedom is not about, yes, you are voting. No, but it's now expressing yourself freely and telling people that, yes, I'm going through something, I need help. So basically, that's how we were taught to celebrate it. And till today, man, I mean, look at what was happening on Sunday, man. You know, the beauty of music, you know, speaks volume. Now you can be in a concert, meet anyone you want to. There's no, hey, Blanke is here. No, you just meet different people from different cultures, enjoy good music, good food, have conversations, then our day goes on. That's how you're supposed to celebrate Freedom Day, and that's how I'm celebrating it in general.
Nice one, Mo. I love that, man. I love that. Very cool stuff. We also love to hear how you are usually in celebration of Freedom Day. Example for like on Sunday, I know Celtic, Bokhosi Maselwa and Maria and TK were out there at 250 on Cedar. We ourselves were out there, you know. But usually, how do you celebrate Freedom Day that takes place every year on the 27th of April? Bokhosi coming through saying, big up to the Mni family. The whole family is here. One big happy family. I love it. Absolutely.
Man. Let's celebrate this. Yeah.
Then he comes back saying, can we close the show today with that poem, Afroberry?
Which poem, man?
The one you spoke of that you did last year or 2 years ago at the SABC.
Yeah, guys, in me, I freestyle. Do you think I remember half of what I say? But I think, Banel, you can find the performance on YouTube. Because I know the performance on YouTube. Just search for Trends Live Afroberry. And then you'll find it. So basically, Banele will play the footage where I performed, and you guys will be shocked because I had hair during that performance.
You had hair?
Yeah, I had hair. Like, I once upon a time, believe it or not, I used to have hair.
So Trends Live?
Trends Live, Afroberry.
Trends Live,
That means when you had hair, your poems were long. When you cut your hair, they were short.
Oh, Trends, it's a Z. Yes, it's a Z at the end. Yeah, it's in trending. So TRENDZ and Live Afroberry. There you go.
Yeah.
Trends Live Afroberry. So Banel is making sure that we find...
Yes, it's sorted and it has been found.
Find this one. Okay, I'm not finding it. But anyway, we'll find it a bit. We'll play it for you as we close off for today. So when I go have the time right about now, it's 33 minutes past the hour 10 o'clock on a Tuesday morning, the 29th of April 2025. And it has been so great spending some time with you. I see all of you, to the Mni family, to Spin City, to TK, to Bukhosi, to Mr. B, of course, as well, to
Team.
Ocheltag, as we were corrected. Man.
Please send us a voice note so we can pronounce it properly.
To TK,
0604933226.
TK 1990, to A Swang, of course. Yeah, man, we appreciate all of you guys. And the rest of you guys who are not interacting, we see you. To Risa on TikTok and everyone else who's listening and watching. I'm talking to you. When are you already saying from wherever you're tuned in from? We appreciate you. We love you, and we can't wait to spend some time with you again tomorrow morning. Same time, same place, right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. I'm not alone. I'm always hanging out with the best of the best. Guys, talk to me.
Yeah, man. See you tomorrow, guys, right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show.
Yeah.
And signing out, my name is Moketi Maimani, aka Max for maximum temperature, the son of Mother Nature. Generator, man. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day.
And for me, Afriberry, also known as Miss Berry Blaze, the darker the berry, the sweeter than Tuntun. Imnandi mamyama, mam shopilek tekatek put marloka from Banamaweta, Komakash. It's so
very, very cool stuff. And you know that you're always being taken care of by me, the one and only MOOC, Mr. My name is Musi, Mr. And I so could not have been happier to be both in your company and in your presence on this. I don't know if it's still warmish and sunnyish outside because we're in studio, right? But on this lovely Tuesday morning that, God willing, we were able to, spend some time together so that we can have a great energy exchange. So like the team has just said, tomorrow bright and early, same time, same place, where we can exchange our thoughts, our opinions, and everything else in between, and have a great and positive energy exchange where we give you your daily dose of positivity that is accompanied by an energetic start to the day, right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show, brought to you by the Blinko Network. With that being said, stay safe, stay healthy, stay hydrated, stay warm, and stay cautious on those roads so that we can meet once again tomorrow morning. I'll leave you with these words. Freedom is never voluntarily given by the oppressor. It must be demanded by the oppressed. Freedom Day is not just a celebration of the past. It's a call to build a future where every voice is heard and every life is valued. With that being said, I'll see you tomorrow morning, man. Let's get to that poem from Afriberry. We're going to be bringing you all things Tandi Somazwai, and of course, the 250 on Cedar. Country lifestyle, country house lifestyle, and people are enjoying themselves, as you can see behind me. It's a vibe, and people can't wait for Tandi Somazwai's performance. But before that, I'm hanging out with Uakona and Matlodi, and I want to hear from them what the event has been like so far. So I don't know, who wants to go first? You'll go first. Matlodi, tell me, since you've been here, how has it been? Just to give a highlight for someone who's listening and watching.
Sensational. It's definitely, we're having a good time. Yeah, I would definitely encourage someone to come. And then we were busy dancing now on the dance floor. I'm having a good time.
Let me hear from you, Akona. How have you been finding it?
Look, it's literally been a great vibe. I love the performance that came before Tandiswa. But I'm really looking forward to seeing her. I hope she does my favorite song. Dilinde. If she doesn't, I'll be hurt. King Ta, if you see this, I hope you do it. Thank you.
I love it, man. This is what we do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. So, Akona, tell me, because Matlodi says he would absolutely encourage someone to say, you know what, come through, come enjoy, and come and have a great time. Would you do the same? Would you concur with what he says?
Definitely. It's a great vibe. It's a great setup. It's just a nice afternoon. It was a great sunset. Enjoyed Karabo as well. Loved him. Yeah, I'd encourage anybody to come. If you want to come through. You won't regret it.
Come on, man. Come on. Such amazing stuff, man. And I told you that I'm going to be hanging out with great people who have great energies, enjoying themselves on a Sunday afternoon. Let's quickly talk about, today's the 27th, right? And we're commemorating Freedom Day. So from young gents like yourselves, being at an event such as this one, what would you say Freedom Day means to you?
Freedom of speech. Also, like being yourself. Like we are given an opportunity to be ourselves and be able to say whatever that you want to say and be wherever that you want to be and be yourself, like enjoy yourself, be wherever you want to be.
Love it. Enjoy yourself.
Like, yeah, like you can be wherever you want to be without people asking you where's your ID or whatever. I love this. Yeah, you can be free and be yourself.
Very cool stuff. Akona, let me hear from you. Freedom Day. It's a public holiday today, tomorrow on Monday. But what does freedom mean to you as a young person who is at an event like this one?
Yes. Look, freedom means I could now easily access spaces that I couldn't before, that my forefathers couldn't, and now I could just easily move in a country that is ours, you understand? Look, I love freedom.
Come on, man. It means freedom of movement and freedom of speech. Just enjoying yourself and being who you are. This is what we do right here on the Vooka Breakfast Show. My name is Musi Mesta, and I'll see you later.
Saze saphela ilizwe lami. We live in a country where we keep on fighting each and every single day for our liberated rights, our freedom rights, the rights that our forefathers fought for, but we seem not to have no control over that. They said we are the generation of now, the generation of today, yet we are never taken seriously. We are groomed for jobs that will be out of the market in the next 5 years. What is our country doing to us except for letting us crush and burn as they watch because they want to sit down on these greedy seats while they fight for everything that's meant to help us? Are we in a country that loves its people, or a country that loves gaining wealth from the pain and sweat of the people? We live in a country that has no boundaries, does not even fight for human rights. As beautiful, dark-skinned, big-boned as I am, I no longer feel free to even walk in the streets at night and just roam and let everybody see me. We keep on fighting because I am seen as a piece of meat. For if I wear something nice and short, they judge me for what I wear. Yet mabafika KwaZulu Natal, uthola intombi igqokisebe, keep busy, I shine. But when they come in Joburg, we are seen no more as people who sell themselves. Sengiyasaba ngisabela ingane zami, because my kids can no longer walk free in the streets, roam the streets, play however they want, because they are afraid that they'll be kidnapped and be one of the victims of the genocide that's happening to our population. Is our country really fighting for us? Are we really free in a country that serves no freedom, in a country that gives us no freedom at all?